on the subject. Listen to Red Pilled America anywhere you get podcasts. That's Red Pilled America.
KRFX HD2 Denver.
KHOW Denver, an iHeart radio station. Available everywhere. Download the free iHeart Radio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts.
ABC News, I'm Jim Ryan. A grand jury in New York City might determine as early as today whether former President Trump should face criminal charges surrounding a hush money payment allegedly made to an adult film star. Also, there's new information into the mishandling of classified documents that were discovered at Trump's Florida home.
Sources tell ABC News the federal judge ruled there is compelling preliminary evidence proving Trump knowingly misled his attorneys so they would file a sworn statement, even though he knew it was false. Because of the alleged deception, the judge ruled to revoke attorney-client privilege for Trump's legal team, meaning his lawyers will have to hand over records connected to the case.
It's ABC's Jacqueline Lee. Another strong storm along coastal California has brought damaging winds and more rain and snow to already saturated parts of that state. Hundreds of thousands of school students in Los Angeles, meanwhile, are out of class today as public school support staff continue their strike. This is ABC News. At least 21 Russian attack drones were launched into Ukraine overnight. An apartment block southeast of Kyiv was hit. At least 4 people were killed. Despite nationwide protests, the president of France is plowing ahead with plans to hike the retirement age.
Demonstrators have been taking to the streets for 6 straight days now to protest pension reforms in France. Another big day of strikes is planned for Thursday. French President Emmanuel Macron's government, having narrowly survived a vote of no confidence, is now reportedly consulting with its allies and eyeing new reforms in what's being viewed as an attempt to move past the pensions issue. Some in Macron's own camp, though, are warning him against conducting business as usual. Macron has ruled out withdrawing his plan to raise the minimum retirement age from 62 to 64. Inez de la Quatera, ABC News, Paris.
And fans of the Venus flytrap are asking South Carolina to make it the state's official carnivorous plant. It's found in nature only in an upper part of the South Carolina coast and a tiny sliver of North Carolina. Jim Ryan, ABC News.
At Fisher Investments, our clients know we have their backs.
How do your clients know that?
Because Fisher Investments is a fiduciary, the highest standard for a financial advisor. It means we're there for our clients and always put their interests first.
So wait, you do it because you have to?
No, we do it because it's the right thing to do. Our clients trust us with their retirement savings, and we know how important that responsibility is. So we take the time to really get to know them.
Get to know them how?
We make sure we understand their unique goals, finances, health, family, and lifestyle so we can tailor their portfolio to their specific needs. Our goal is to help them achieve a comfortable retirement.
Sounds like a big responsibility. You must make big commissions then, right?
No, we don't sell commission-based products. We have one single transparent fee that's structured so we do better when our clients do better. Visit FisherInvestments.com to find out why investors like you are switching to us. Fisher Investments. Clearly different money management.
Investing in securities involves the risk of loss.
KHOW News Time, 10:03.
Centennial is putting a temporary moratorium on building some pickleball courts. Since the pandemic, the sport of pickleball has been booming, becoming the fastest growing sport in the U.S. the past 3 years running. But the noise from pickleball courts close to residential areas is causing concern in Centennial. Officials tell Fox 31 it comes after receiving several proposals to create new outdoor courts near residential areas.
It's not a war on pickleball. This is simply we don't have the regulations in place. It's a brief pause, study the issues, and develop some regulations if necessary.
On an 8-1 vote, the Centennial City Council approved a 6-month moratorium on constructing new outdoor pickleball courts within 500 feet of residential neighborhoods. 2 Coloradans are missing and presumed dead in Arkansas. Chuck Morris, a member of the band Lotus, and his son Charlie were reported missing after failing to return from kayaking near Fayetteville. Officials are calling the search a recovery mission. That's the latest. I'm Chad Bauer.
Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by the Truth with Lisa Booth podcast.
Well, some good news as you head out this morning. Just wrapped up that stalled truck. Been sitting there. Eastbound I-78 Harlan since 7:30 this morning. Just cleared it. All lanes open. Still looking at some slowing, though. as you head back towards Wadsworth. Do have a crash and cleanup stages northbound Parker Road at Quincy. Still looking at delays as you head to Bellevue. I-25, no major backups or delays. And if you're traveling up to Wyoming, a bit of snow on I-80 just to the west of Cheyenne. Denver weather for today. Looking at partly cloudy skies, highs near 55 tonight. Chance of rain/snow, lows at 31, and then sunny and 54 tomorrow. Right now in Denver, partly cloudy, 35. With your impact traffic and weather, Joel Navarro, 630 KHOW.
There's an ideological war being waged against America's youth. We'll talk to 2 parents and 2 authors who wrote the book about it. Carol Markowitz and Bethany Mandel join me on The Truth with Lisa Booth. And listen to The Truth with Lisa Booth every Monday and Thursday, but you can listen throughout the week on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you find your podcasts.
Do you run a home improvement business? Are you noticing a change in work volume? Now is the time to get your marketing dialed in to make sure you're reaching the right customers. When you put your brand in Team Dave Logan's hands, you don't have to become a pro at advertising. We know exactly what it takes to position you as one of the most sought-after contractors in Colorado, all while connecting you with customers who value the integrity and quality you bring to the table. You can learn more at teamdavelogan.com/team. Again, that's teamdavelogan.com/team.
Spring travel season is almost here, and whether you're planning to jet off to Japan or cruise around Greece, don't forget to add language learning to your itinerary. The Rosetta Stone app will transform the way you travel. Learn useful words and phrases that will not only help you get around more easily, but also have more meaningful experiences with the new people and places you'll discover. Through March 22nd, get 40% off a lifetime subscription to all 25 of Rosetta Stone's languages. Purchase today at rosettastone.com.
Afternoons 2 to 4. It's Leland Conway.
15-minute city. What are they? Denver wants us to be one. It's not good. I'll describe it and tell you why we should get away from it. 630 KHOW, Denver's talk station.
Ripped off, bad news. You need advice so you don't have to lose. We'll come running just as fast as we can. Troubleshooter's gonna help the common man.
This is the Troubleshooter Show. Now, Tom Martino.
Hi, I'm Tom Martino. Welcome to the show. 303-713-TALK. 303-713-8255. This hour brought to you by waterpros.net. You have a special water softener being installed household with a special negotiated deal from the manufacturer, $1,600 fully installed. That's waterpros.net, and that is an incredible price if you want softening, as opposed to some plumbing contractors that charge $8 to $10,000 for softening systems that actually, through testing, we've proven doesn't even soften water. Anyway, waterpros.net, 303-862-5554. And, hey, somebody wanted to know, because I did some commercials about stem cell for hair growth, if it's proven. It absolutely positively has worked. Some people are using PRP. That has actually worked, too. I want to make this, because somebody said, I was told I needed to do PRP. PRP is where they spin down plasma and concentrate your plasma. It's platelet-rich plasma, and then they re-inject it into troubled areas like a tennis elbow or something. That's a really good regenerative therapy. It's not quite as potent as stem cell, but PRP really does work. PRP does also work for hair growth. Now, stem cells work as well, probably a little better. Now, the combination of the two seem to work perfectly. And anyway, I just wanted to mention that because I was talking about Denver Regenerative Medicine, and I wanted to make clear that they use a combination of the two. They don't use one or the other. I think they use a combination of the two, but you can always talk to the doctor directly about that, okay? And there's nothing wrong with PRP as well. And sometimes they do PRP too, so for your joints and stuff. So if you ever just have a question, the thing I like about Denver Regenerative is they let you talk directly to a doctor. So that's kind of cool. And that's 833-STEM-GEN. 833-STEM-GEN. Okay. Let's talk. Denise wants to talk about an issue with a furnace. And speaking of HVAC, we have a new guest from the a new referral list member on. Is he a new? You're new, right? You're a new referral list member?
Yeah, he's fairly new.
Fairly new, not brand new.
6 months, 8 months.
Yeah, Prime Plumbing Heating.com. Nate Padilla is with us. Nate, thanks for being here. And Nate, do you know what the number one complaint? I want you to guess what the number one complaint is for HVAC. What HVAC and plumbing and electric, all of them. Let's call them the home services. Plumbing, heating, cooling, electric, and drains. So you turn on that mic right there, and you can talk. So and put it right to, just bring it right over to you. Yeah, you move that anywhere you want. Okay, what do you think the number one complaint is?
From customers?
From everyone, not just the referral list. I'm saying from everyone, the industry, from A to Z. The number one complaint for plumbing, heating, cooling, electric, and drains. What do you think it is? All home services.
I would say probably...
Yeah, you're hinting. You're giving them a hint.
Cost?
Yeah, you just...
Cost
Mark just hand signaled you.
We do get a lot of pushback on cost. Pricing is
cost is one thing. I know what you mean by cost. You mean the cost to the homeowner, right? The price.
Right.
That is the number one complaint. And we have struggled with this issue. I've struggled with it since I started the referral list. And here's the deal. If someone is honest and ethical and does a good job and they do it up to code, can they charge what they want? The answer is yes, of course they can. This is not communist Russia. Tom Martino doesn't have any control over pricing. I mean, when you came on the referral list, we never told you you had to be the cheapest or the lowest or the best. I mean, excuse me, not the best. I mean, that's all relative. We want you to be great. But we've never mentioned pricing. Does that mean all pricing is okay? What does it mean? I often wonder about that.
I always bring up a good steakhouse, man. You can buy a steak for $15 at Applebee's, or you can buy a steak for $190 at STK.
But guys, also as long as it's the price is known up front, then the consumer has a choice.
Now hold on. No matter what. Now hold on. I do agree that people have choices, but let's talk about this. You got someone in front of you at your home that you called to diagnose a problem. And let's talk now, by the way, no ripoffs. Let's talk really good companies, okay? Let's just talk about a good company. You got them from the referral list, let's say. You trust them. And they say it's going to be X amount of dollars to replace it. We can do this, this, and this. They do a beautiful job on the iPad showing you what you're getting. Now, yes, you have a choice. But how many people figure, oh, they're a good, honest company. This must be the going price. And by the way, even though they're a good, honest company, it's not the going price. There is no going price. All right? Correct. There is no going price.
Correct.
So there are prices that are ridiculously low that I think something is wrong, and we've been right every time. If it's too cheap, the company's gone, or they can't stand up to a mistake. Okay. If it's too expensive, you wonder why. Okay. But there is no real going price. So they have it done. Then they call me and say, Tom Martino, I went to your referral list. Or Tom Martino, I went to Angie's list. Or Tom Martino, I went to Dave Logan. Or Tom Martino, I found this on the internet. It doesn't matter. Everyone gets this complaint. And I was charged X amount of dollars for a furnace. Let's say $18,000 for furnace and air. Now, I've heard people being charged $8,000 for furnace and air, and I've heard people being charged $35,000 for furnace and air. So I'm putting you on the spot, Nate. Not what you charge. I'm asking you, what's the right price? Nate Padilla, you're a young man. How long have you been in business?
We've been in business 11 years now.
I truly believe you do a great job. We don't get complaints about you. But what's the right price? I'm just going to ask it straight up. What is the right price? Well, we get one at 8, we get one at 34. Are there differences? Of course, there must be some.
There's major differences.
But did the I'm sorry, go ahead. I'm going to stop interrupt. Go ahead.
I like to say, make sure you're getting customer service along with what you're purchasing. And by customer service, I mean, let's say there's a warranty issue.
And guarantees.
And guarantees, of course. Let's say there's a warranty issue. We're not going to leave you out in the wind for 3 or 4 months.
And quality of installation.
Quality of installation.
And quality of material. Okay, all of that. Yeah. Permits where required. Absolutely. Here's the other thing. What about this? What about sometimes it has a whole house, they redo the ductwork, or sometimes they do indoor air quality, or sometimes they do electronic air filters, or sometimes they do humidification, whatever.
Well,
I mean,
we bitch all the time about buying all the mop and glow when it comes to a car. So is it okay to sell all the mop and glow with the furnace?
I think
the $3,000 filter.
There are some people that want those. There are some people that want electrostatic. There are some people that want indoor air quality stuff. There are some people, and I'm not plugging any one person, but for example, 888heating.com. They're a member of our referral list. Good people. Garrett over there. He sells a $1,200 indoor air quality package. Okay, right now on his promotion, he's doing it free along with the purchase of a furnace where you save $1,200. So you save $1,200 on the installation, and you get an additional $1,200 on the or $1,100 on the installation, an additional $1,200 indoor air quality stuff. Now, is that a good deal? Well, it depends. What system do you get? And I said, so Garrett, if you're giving $1,150 off, then you're giving $1,200 in air quality stuff at 888heating.com. If I ask him this, if you're doing that, how much is the system itself? And he says, well, it depends on the system. Mm-hmm. Okay, and that's true. And he says you can get some lower, you get some higher. So that's a true statement. And, you know, in this case, what he's doing is an air scrubber, it's called, and an April Air, a humidifier by April Air, and an air scrubber by Aris. They're good products, right?
Great products.
Great products.
Yep.
And they will make your air really nice inside.
Absolutely.
And stuff won't warp and stuff. Yeah, it is a great system, and he's throwing that in. So, or actually not. Okay, there's a technicality. It's a penny. Okay. Anyway, so anyway, and I know I'm going to get this, so let me just say it straight up front. That's a limited special, but the reason I brought it up is, yeah, I like him, but the reason I brought it up, and his number is 303-770-2776, and of course I'll give yours out too, Nate, later on. But the reason I brought that up is because there's one where that stuff's thrown in. There's another one where that stuff, you could put any price you want on it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So when is pricing immoral? I want to ask my audience, since that's the number one complaint, Mark, it's not just the number one complaint in home services. It's the number one complaint for auto services. Think about it. It's the number one. Well, okay, with auto services, technically the number one is they said they would fix this and it's not fixed, okay? But I'm talking about price is right up there. Okay, I want to talk to Brendan with Made in the Shades. Brendan, how much is price a factor?
These days it's a big factor, actually. A few years ago it wasn't as much of a factor.
I always brag you
now
have all price ranges, but
yes,
still, you're not going to do it free.
No, not at all. So our margins have pretty much stayed the same, but we rep every major company out there, so I have a ton of flexibility in products I can offer people at all sorts of levels.
So anyway, it's just weird because it comes up. Now, Denise has an issue with a furnace AC. I'm going to take that. And then we have a problem with a fridge purchased at Lowe's. All of that plus your calls right after this.
This is Dan Kaplis. I'm sure you've noticed there are a lot more insane drivers in Colorado than ever. They may be drunk, they may be drugged, they may be texting, but what they all have in common is they don't care if they kill or maim you or your children. I take great pleasure in using the legal system to pulverize these selfish and reckless jerks, and I think my track record shows I do it very well. I accept righteous cases on a percentage fee basis. If you need my help, please give me a call at 303-770-5551 or hit dankaplis.com.
Hey, you know, speaking of pricing, the Art of Granite has a unique way of doing this. The Art of Granite, who can do countertops in granite, any stone, any engineered stone, any solid surface, they will give you a price on the phone. Here's why. They only charge really for the fabrication and installation. All the countertop material is at cost. They do the bathroom vanity free when you have the kitchen done, and they tear out and haul away free. So Mitch Floria, who started this as a Romanian immigrant many years ago, he came here and said, look, it's going to be very simple. You call me, I give you a price. If you like what you hear, come out, look at stone, look at my yard in Golden, and it's wonderful. TheArtofGranite.com, call for your price. 303-386-5919.
I'm here with Sean O'Keefe and...
Let me look at that one.
Don't you think there's a difference if somebody calls you up and said, I think I need a new water heater. How much is it? As opposed to the water heater breaks and somebody comes over and they need it right away. That's when the pricing becomes, I think, untenable. That's when you can rip people off. But if people just call up, you know,
they're in a bind.
Where it's not an emergency, then you can charge them. Then
Well, plus,
I don't think there's any.
this house is 3,000 square foot. This is 8,000. There's
Well, I'm
tonnage
saying,
differences. You got to compare apples to apples.
There's nothing immoral if somebody calls up
Who's
and
writing
you
to you? We are
you
no
give them a
longer
price.
accredited.
Yeah. I think it's immoral if somebody calls you up.
When there's
distress
distress advertising being-
and then
it's like
you
selling water in
right.
a hurricane.
Yeah. Right.
For
That's what
$1,000
becomes
a case.
That's what becomes immoral.
Right.
Yeah. When it's price gouging
Right.
in an emergency.
I agree. I agree.
Yeah.
We train our technicians constantly on integrity and finding out about the customer's needs through, you know, just building a relationship, asking questions.
This should be addressed. Are you having it addressed, Mark?
Well, keep reading. Look how old it is. What do you fucking do, man? It's back in June of last year.
But still, they should address the
Well,
advertising.
I send everything over there.
Okay. I mean, if
It's third hand. I'm just telling you, it's a slippery slope. That's all.
No, but the advertising is okay. You're right. This is third hand. Oh God. Okay. Oh shit. It's all system. Oh.
You know, how about the dealers selling cars like, what, a year and a half ago for 10, 15, 20
Oh
over?
man, don't even get me started with those.
We're not bitching at them. I know what you're saying. There is a line. I don't know where it is, though.
No, but I'm not saying this is even a line. I'm saying, can we get an explanation so we can at least talk
Yeah,
about it?
I always send everything over.
Do you
Doesn't
get an
matter.
explanation?
Yeah, I generally get one.
Okay, especially the advertising. If you're advertising A+ and you're not.
Yeah, but I don't know if they were A+ when they bought it. They're saying 4 months later they were A, not A+. I find it stupid.
Oh.
I find it ridiculous. I mean, who cares if the BBB has them listed
First
in
of all,
A+ or
I
A?
don't either, but I don't think the BBB means shit.
Yeah.
But I don't think you should advertise that you're A+ if you're not.
But we don't know because it was 5 months after 5 months after.
Oh.
You follow what I'm saying?
And 5 months after it was A.
It was A. Well, I don't even know if it was A. I know it's A right now.
Okay.
I think in the 11 years we've been listed with the BBB, I think we've had maybe 3 leads come out of the BBB.
But they're the most useless
People go there
organization.
when they're having an issue.
Yeah.
It's the most useless
File
organization,
complaints.
and they don't do anything.
Right.
They're the most useless organization on earth.
No, they don't do much of anything at all, other than collect money.
Oh, I always forget the guy's name. Who's his GM's name? Do you remember? It's unbelievable.
Made in the shade. What do you guys do? Custom shades?
Window treatments, yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah, outdoor roller shades.
We're actually considering I'll get your card before I leave, but we're actually considering doing new shades at our house.
Oh, really?
Motorized, yeah.
Oh, cool. Yeah, we can do that.
It'd be awesome.
Yeah, where you at?
Thornton.
Okay.
Yeah, we're off to like 136th and Holly.
Okay.
But that's the number one is when it comes from somebody else. I mean, in fact, that's about the only time I get them from anybody.
Okay.
The mother, the daughter, somebody. I mean, somebody.
41 to
You guys are
27.
great. I just
This is
moved into
fucking
a new
ridiculous.
house.
Mm-hmm.
And
Just lose again. Another. Hi, Tom Martino here, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Don't forget, Ideal Home Loans still doing loans, home loans, and they have the interest rate guarantee. So if rates go down, they refinance you free of charge. That's invaluable at this time. IdealHomeLoans.com, 303-867-7000. So, Denise, let's talk about your issue with a furnace and AC from DNA Heating and Air. I don't know DNA Heating and Air, but what is going on? Tell me what's happening, Denise.
Hi, Tom. My husband, Ron, is also on the phone, just so you know.
Sure, Ron and Denise. Okay, what's happening, Denise and Ron?
So our air and furnace went out in July, and so we had DNA come out and replace it. They were really great to work with at first. You know, they were...
And how'd you find DNA? I'm just always curious about that.
Ron?
Yeah, I just looked online.
Okay.
Just to search to see
Got it.
hey, what's a good product. So.
Okay. Next time, just remember referralist.com. Now, there is no such thing as perfection, but we try to come close. So what's going on with this? What happened?
So when they came out, they were boasting, you know, their 5-star review and how great their customer service, you know,
And they
was.
replaced both furnace and air?
Yes.
Okay.
And we were also getting our basement refinished at the time. But this is separate, so we were using a different contractor for that, and we went separate with this. And so when they came out to put it in, I asked the guy installing it, I said, you know, what about an inspection? Is somebody going to come inspect it? And he said, oh, just tack it on to your final basement inspection. And I said,
wait,
okay.
so they didn't pull a permit?
Apparently not, no. And so I said, okay, because I don't know. Like, getting our basement done was like the first home improvement we've ever done. So,
let me explain something about permits, okay? I have a weird position on permits. If somebody wanted to have their basement redone and they made a private deal with the contractor not to pull a permit, I don't fault the contractor and I don't fault the homeowner. I don't get involved in people's personal business. And most permits aren't for safety anyway. Most permits are for taxes. But, and then the same with a plumber. If he says, look, I'll change out the faucet or I'll do whatever, but I'm not going to do a permit and I'll do it for this price, if that's okay. And they say, yeah, that's okay. I don't care about that. But unless they tell you and discuss it and you both agree to it, I have a problem with it because technically and legally you're supposed to get a permit for furnace and air, right? Nate, you're supposed to have that, right, Nate?
Correct, sir.
All right. So technically, you shouldn't make a deal not to do it that way. You shouldn't. I know a lot of contractors do. I'm just saying I don't get involved in that part of it if the homeowner agreed to it. But you were not told, hey, by the way, we'll do it for this price and just put it under your other permit, right?
Well, that's what they, you know, gave me advice to do. Was
yeah, well, that's when they were installing it.
Yes.
But yes. You can't just. I don't think you can just tack on electrical, heating and air, plumbing and all that. I think you get a permit, and then those are all separate inspections.
Right. So then in September, when our final inspection came, I was walking through with the city inspector, and I said, you know, can you inspect the furnace and air? And he said, well, no, I notice you have a new one. That's not on this permit. That's separate.
That's what I thought.
Yes. And so they advised me to call the company the next day and tell them the city inspector said that they need to pull their own.
And what city is this? What city?
Aurora.
Okay.
And so I did that, and I spoke with their secretary, and they never returned to my call. Well, we have 5 kids. Life got busy, and I just...
How long ago was this?
This was in September. And
now,
so
listen,
then,
this is hard when we get this far away. But,
right.
But let me ask you something.
Okay.
What do you want right now? Is it not working? Tell me the issue more than the process. What's the issue?
So we want an inspection. They finally called us back in November because I gave them the bad review on Google. And the dad came out here, said he was going to get an inspection. The son called and yelled at me for over a half an hour. Berated me, threatened me, threatened that he would void our warranty, that, you know, they would ruin me.
Where does this stand right now?
It's still not inspected. And they told my husband, unless we put in writing that I will take down the 1-star review and give them a 5-star review, they will not pull a permit and get it inspected.
Well, I would. Okay.
Why don't you pull it and then let them get it inspected, then tell everybody in another review what they made you do?
Well, he wants an agreement in writing.
It doesn't matter. You can't enforce those anymore when it comes to reviews, as long as they're truthful. They're unenforceable. And that's from the feds down, man.
Okay, I'm talking about a private agreement between her and that company about what she plans to do. I think it's more like I think it's blackmail. I mean, I don't like it either. But here's the thing: you can call for an inspection.
But then if something's wrong, those repairs fall on me, correct?
No. Why would they fall on you?
Well, I don't think I'm going to get them out here to fix it.
Well, but you're not going to get them to fix it anyway. What difference does it make? I mean, what I'm saying is that you got a bad company.
Well,
that's what Google searching does.
Why don't we call over there? Let's get Marty to call over and see if we can't figure something out.
Is he available right now? Or
yeah.
Doc's sitting right here too. We can do either one.
And I have to say, I'm really nervous. Like they've really scared me. So I don't know what the repercussions are going to be.
Well, look, you're asking for what's right.
I am. I know.
First of all, do you have suspicion it's not done right?
Well, now that they won't come inspect it, it does worry me.
Let's. Who should we? Kachina, is Marty listening right this minute? Because if he can't call now, I want to give it to someone else.
No, he's available.
All right. Let's go to Smarty Pants right now. Right now. Okay, 303-713-TALK. You hold on. We're going to get in touch with him. I agree. I don't like the way it feels. I just don't like it at all. India, you bought a refrigerator at Lowe's. What's going on? India? It's my fault. Go ahead, India. Sorry.
Can you hear me now?
I sure can. It was my fault. Yes, go ahead, India.
Hi, Tom. How are you today?
I'm doing good. What happened with your fridge?
Well, I bought it in August, right? And this particular brand was under the Maytag family, so I just assumed that. See what happens when you assume things. I just thought that it would be a
What
good
kind did you buy? Is it called Hisense? HiNet?
Hisense. It's a Chinese. Don't even start me on it. But anyway, it worked fine. It was perfect.
You bought a Hisense refrigerator when?
Right, brand new in August of last year.
In August. Okay, hold on, and we'll come right back to you.
This hour from the Trajan Wealth K-House Studios. Trajan Wealth, your trusted local fiduciary advisors. TrajanWealth.com. Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Our American Stories.
I-25 in pretty good shape. So far, no major backups or delays as we roll through the 10 o'clock hour. I-225 also looking pretty good. If you're traveling inbound, outbound Pena Boulevard, they're going to start up some road work outbound right there between E470 and I-70. Going to start that up at about 11:30. We'll see some slowing lane closures in that area till about 5 o'clock this afternoon, but things right now in pretty good shape. Trying to wrap up a crash northbound Santa Fe at Florida. Denver weather for today, partly cloudy skies, highs right around 53 tonight. Slight chance of rain and snow. Lows of 31 and then sunny tomorrow. Highs of 54 in Denver. Partly cloudy and 38. With your impact traffic and weather, I'm Joel Navarro, 630 K-How.
Would you hike 2,000 miles willingly? We'll have the story of a man who did and why he did it. Be sure to catch this week's edition of Our American Stories on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Harris Family Law has free and informative webinars. You can almost call them a podcast, but it's a webinar because it has some participation from people tuning in. Now, you can tune in live for them, or what you can do is just download some archives, and they're on all different topics having to do with family law. I love the way they do it, and I'm going to tell you how to get access to these very easily when it comes to any subject with family law. They cover everything from gray divorces where you are older and decide to get divorced, or something like when people are living in different countries and they have children. Harris Family Law is where you go on the website. It's harrisfamilylaw.com/webinars, and you get free access. harrisfamilylaw.com/webinars. All kinds of information. And if you ever need a family law issue resolved, give them a call, 303-515-5000.
I'm Martin Hoke, the inventor of Navage Nasal Care, and I love Navage.
How much this guy spends in advertising.
No,
Every time I turn
it's
on
amazing, isn't it?
AM, there's a freaking Navage commercial.
Yeah, they spend a fortune. They spend a fortune.
Man. This whole thing is just
I'm sure all your contractors are in the same HVAC plumbing guys are in the same boat. Just can't find anybody. What about you?
Not bad.
Yeah?
Like, yeah. We've got 2 in-house installers.
Okay.
Here's your
full-time.
here's
for us.
your-
They're fast.
Look at your email.
Mark, he
Yeah.
was there for education.
You hear me?
And
Yeah.
kind of just make sure everything went smooth. And
We are searching high and low.
nothing yet.
Yeah.
The thing is like there's a handful of plumbing and HVAC contractors. The rest of the guys are one-man bands.
Mm-hmm.
And we just trade people constantly. It's constant rotation.
Yeah. Do you know the guys at A Perfect? A Perfect Plumber?
No.
They share the building with me.
Oh,
We're
okay.
in our warehouse. He actually owns the whole building. I lease half of it from him.
Okay.
For now.
Okay.
Yeah. So they seem. I don't know.
Hi, Tom Martino here. 303-713-TALK. 303-713-8255. So, India buys a refrigerator. I
Yeah.
think it's called Hisense. Is it Hisense?
Yeah, I
Yes,
got one of their
Hisense.
TVs.
Okay, and it's from Lowe's. It's Chinese. What's the problem with it?
They're all Chinese.
Well, everything was working. I mean, it was perfect, beautiful. And then 3 weeks ago, this Sunday coming, it just died. And I have been on the phone
Is it
with
on?
them.
Is it in warranty?
Should be.
Yeah, it's only 6 months old.
But it's under warranty, right?
Yeah.
So they're going to
but
fix
they're-
it. Hold on. Are they going to fix it, India?
I don't know what they're going to do because I've been calling them and they gave me the runaround. Then they had this.
How did they give you the? This is the part I don't understand. I do want to dissect this. What do you mean the runaround? What did they do when you called? They gave you the runaround.
When I called, they said they had to escalate it up. It took a week before they even got me to a someone to come out to look at it
Okay.
to fix it.
They came
So
out a
the
week after you. Hold on. They came out a week after you called.
2 weeks. Well, the guy never showed up. He didn't come.
That sucks.
So, so what happened was he finally came out this Friday, and I called them and I said, okay, he sent the paperwork in. What's the next step? So they said they're going to send me all these parts to my house to have this guy fix it. And I called the repair guy, and now he's talking about, well, I can't do it. I can't fix it. But it's their repair guy.
Right.
So I don't know what to do, Tom. I mean,
Did you call
I've been
Lowe's where
very
you bought?
nice.
Did you call Lowe's
Yeah,
where you
Lowe's-
bought it?
Yeah, Lowe's said, since I don't have a warranty, I didn't buy a warranty, that you only have, you have 45 days.
At the store, you mean, for a return?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And
that's
so
reasonable.
I said,
45
okay,
days.
I understand.
45
Yeah.
days is reasonable. But if you did it at Costco, you could have taken it back anytime. No, Mark?
Not on major appliances.
No? Is that the only thing they exclude? Almost everything else you can take back.
Yeah, except for electronics and I think and big appliances.
Refrigerators.
So listen.
I don't.
Listen, right now, since you have a dead refrigerator still.
Yes, it's dead. And all my food I just went shopping and it just died. So it's nothing. It's like a dead refrigerator sitting up here now.
So they have no solution for you. They simply say they can't fix it.
No, that's not what they said. They said that the company says they're going to send me all these parts and then have the repair guy come out and fix it. The repair guy is the one who's saying that he's not doing that.
Okay.
I don't know.
I'd call Hisense directly. Is that who you're dealing with?
Yes, I've been talking to them.
Did
for the
you
last
tell them that the
2.5
repair
weeks.
guy said he's not going to do it?
Yep.
And what did they say?
We have to escalate it up, and we will call you back and let you know what the next step is. So that's where I am right
How
now.
frustrating is this, man? This is
Very.
You see, and I think even though she didn't buy that warranty, Lowe's, they're selling those things. They should at least help her out. At least put some pressure on Hisense or something.
Yeah, so they told me, well, just call the company. I said, I've been doing that. I've been
Doc,
calling them.
let's
every
call
day.
the
Know who I
Lowe's.
am.
Do you have? Let's call Lowe's. I want to call Lowe's, and I want to say, look, we understand she didn't buy a warranty. We understand she only has 45 days. Don't even bring up buying the warranty. We understand she has 45 days for a return or exchange, but this is a situation where 6 months later, they won't even fix it. Let's just let them put pressure on Hisense. What do you think, Mark? I think that's the right thing to do.
I don't know where you draw that line. You buy something from Walmart, a blender with
I'm not
a 1 year.
asking for a replacement. I'm saying put pressure on the manufacturer. And here's where you draw the line.
How do they do that?
They're a major retailer. They can say, look, you got to take care of our person here. Can you authorize a replacement or can you get it fixed? Your repairman says they won't fix it, your own repairman. So I say, while it's under warranty, a retailer should pressure the manufacturer. They're selling their product. Can you imagine if Made in the Shade had a manufacturer who they installed shades and you tell them you have a warranty from the manufacturer. Okay, Brendan, you have a and that manufacturer comes and says we can't fix it. I mean, come on. The tech comes and says we can't fix it. Tell me, what would you do? I'm serious now. What would you do? I'm not forcing you to say you'd replace it, but would you call your distributor and say what the hell's going on?
Absolutely, and I would fix it or replace it, one way or the other.
Okay, well, that's all I want them to do, but they keep giving me
India,
all this
hold on.
runaround
We're gonna take this one up. I think we should. I think it sucks, and I agree with you. 303-713-TALK. Now, I'm not talking about something out of warranty. Okay? You know, because we get those all the time. Well, it's only 6 months out of warranty, 1 month out of warranty, 45 days out of warranty. It's out of warranty. Okay, but what I'm talking about is when it's under warranty and you can't get it fixed. I'm so tired of this happening nowadays. We've had this happen before where something's under warranty and the person said, well, I'm not doing that, or we can't do that. What do you mean you can't do that? Of course you can do that. I don't even know what to say about that when it's under warranty.
I just went through it with Costco on an ice maker, man.
What happened?
I bought the ice maker from Costco. About 4 months later, after the 90 days a window to return it there, it started making a squeaking sound constantly. I called up the manufacturer and I sent in a video and jumped through all their hoops. Never heard back from them. Then I complained to Costco. Costco drew the line and said there's nothing we can do at this point. You bought it, you have to deal with GE. I just can't imagine Lowe's having a different answer than what Costco has. I don't know how you deal with a big overseas Chinese company. If you're buying their product and selling it, I mean, I guess you can send them an email or something. I just don't know what Lowe's can do. I think she needs to really pressure Hisense.
All right.
Maybe sue Hisense.
And I think Lowe's could help pressure Hisense. So hang on. Now, Lee, I want to give you more time for your problem than just a few seconds here. I want to take a break, but if I'm reading this right, this is terrible. Your sister's baby passed away? Yesterday? Lee?
Oh, yes. Hello.
Your sister's baby passed away?
Yes. He passed away on the 1st. He was born with the diaphragmatic hernia. And so he's been in the hospital like all his life. And he was born on...
How old was the baby?
He was born June 30th, 2021.
He was 2 years old. About 2?
Yeah, almost. Yeah, just about. And so.
And he was at Children's Hospital?
Yes, sir. Yeah, he's never even been outside of.
But now there's what you're calling about is that the body was released to someone?
Yes. So the gentleman that was stepping in, acting as the dad.
Is he the dad? Is this a, for lack of a better term, a custodial thing? I mean, is he the dad?
No, it's not a custodial thing.
Is he the biological?
He is not the dad.
Was he the dad at the time of birth? I'm just trying to see a connection. I doubt some stranger walked in off the street, Lee. Is he a stranger off the street?
She was dating while she was pregnant.
Okay, hold on now. Hold on then. So he was dating her while she was pregnant, and they released the body to him. That is so strange. Hold on.
There's a lot more to that one.
Tom, I agree with Mark. I think the way to handle this is have the repairman put pressure on him to, I can't fix it. You need to. That's how we should do it.
Okay. All I'm asking you to do is ask Lowe's to help us. They don't have to fucking do anything. They sell the thing. They're a major retailer. They can call their distributor and say, listen, you got to step up our help here with a warranty. It would be like if he had a manufacturer not coming through. I'm not asking them to do anything else. I'm not asking them to lift a fucking finger except to make a call to their distributor saying, can you help this woman? Anybody at Lowe's should want to do that for their people.
You have to put the screws to them sometimes.
And then I think you're right about the repairman too. You know, talk to the repairman. See if he'll do that too.
See if he's actually saying that, Doc. That's the other thing. I find it odd. He's going, hey, they're sending the parts, but I'm not fixing it.
Is it can't or won't?
Yeah.
Is it
well, it sounded like he
won't fix it.
Sounded like
doesn't want to.
Hey, John Fuller is a personal injury attorney that operates under the premise that he will not take a case that he can't work personally. In other words, every case he takes, he personally handles. He is the lead attorney and the only attorney at his firm. Now, he has help, of course, and a backup staff, but you will always talk to him to evaluate your case. Then he works on a percentage fee basis if you hire him, and you never pay anything else. Now, here's the other thing. He will work not only to get you the best settlement, but then negotiate expenses down so you net more money at the end. And during the process, you will talk to John and be updated by John, and he'll give you his personal cell phone number. That's John Fuller, Fuller Law. You can find him at referralist.com, or here's his website, myaccidentlawyer.co. 303-597-4500. That's 303-597-4500. You know, reverse loans are still being done and helping a lot of older people get out of trouble. You can get a line of credit, for example, if your house is paid for, you have a lot of equity, you can pay off the loan and get a line of credit. That's an emergency. Now, here's the thing about interest rates. you're not making payments on this loan, so it's not going to affect you as far as month to month. But in fact, if you have a line of credit, that line of credit grows at the same interest rate, 6 or 7%. It's growing, meaning you have more money available to borrow in an emergency, and they can never take it away once it goes up. Once it grows by that percentage each year, they can't take that away no matter what your home value does. So it's a wonderful security to have on your home. Ask Approval Reverse Mortgage about that. Approval Reverse Mortgage. Our friends at Approval Reverse, 303-771-3528. 303-771-3528. Mark, I want to ask you.
Oh.
No, I want to ask you. Yeah. How's it coming with Silverleaf?
I'm suing them.
Okay.
Yeah,
so
I mean,
we have a court date set?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
And then how is it?
Don't talk to them.
I'm not.
Yeah, okay.
And then when we get the judgment, you give it to Frank Ball, right? Should we just start doing that?
I think we're going to get paid. I'm not. Why am I sharing with them? I have no reason to share.
No, not yet, but I'm saying, okay, now.
If it comes down to that.
What about the other reverse loan company? They stopped advertising.
I'm ready to go. Just let me know. You told me to hold off before.
Let me find out. Oh, Sue's not here. Where's Sue's?
I think they've been making. I don't think they're to that level.
And then what about?
I don't think they're there to that level.
What about CBD?
They're paying.
Oh.
Yeah, it's a
okay
3-month plan, but they're up to date.
All right.
Did you still want me to switch up banners on the screen?
Oh, please, always.
All right.
Always. In fact, just get in the habit of doing the whole thing. You know what I'm saying? I know when I get here, I take it over.
That's a crazy woman right there. She's a crazy woman. She's crazy. That woman.
On the left there.
That state representative.
Who is she?
She is a state representative, Representative Rosa DeLauro.
From where?
Look her up. I don't know. I just always see her. She's fucking nuts. She wants income for all. She wants everything for everybody, basically.
The purple hair is a giveaway.
For God's sake. She wants to give away everything.
Yeah. It's all free, right?
Sister's baby passed away.
Oh, and she accuses or have Republicans said they want to do away with Social Security? Because every Democrat says that.
No one's ever said. Well, it's just talking points.
Yeah. Can you imagine the revolt if that were to ever
Biden
happen?
pivots to the center.
We'd look like
if
France.
You call that the fucking center? Yeah, bailing out billionaires, high tech. Yeah, he's pivoting.
Yeah. It's crazy to see.
Well, letting them drill in Alaska was a big one.
Yeah, he realized he's got to do something.
That's for votes. Yeah.
That woman.
And she's on the Appropriations Committee too.
Yes,
That's
she
even
is.
scarier.
Yep. I have a sneaking suspicion that approval is going to get revoked if he gets reelected.
Oh,
we decided
100%.
we can't do this.
So during a debate, he can say he's approved
Yeah.
stuff for drilling.
Yeah.
If he shows up to a debate.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like a nut. She is on CNN. They ought to just on CNN. They ought to have a crawler for donating to the Democratic.
Ticker down below.
Yeah. Please call.
Hi, Tom Martino here, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Lee, this sounds terrible. So, your sister's baby, your nephew, 2 years old, dies at Children's Hospital. And the body is released to her boyfriend. Was she dating him at the time the baby was born?
Yeah, she was kind of in and out of the relationship. He was very violently abusive to her.
Now, I want to ask you something. This is really importantly. Did she claim at the hospital he was the father? Did she put him on the birth certificate?
No. And there's an issue with that as well.
What is the issue? Hold on. What is the issue with that?
So I don't know if it was him or whoever did it, but they changed Benias's last name from Sandoval, which is hers, to his, which is Rodello.
Okay. Oh, hold on. So the hospital did change the baby's last name. Did the hospital?
Without her consent.
Okay, but I didn't ask that. They changed the baby's last name. I get it. It was without her consent. But what I want to know is this, Lee. Did they change the birth certificate?
Yeah, as far as she knows, and yeah, it's more than almost on 100% that they changed it on the birth certificate.
Okay, so no, what I mean is, did they put him down on the dad or the boyfriend down on the birth certificate?
They labeled him as a next of kin, yes, on their own, while she was claiming that he is not the father.
So what did he do with the body?
Well, we just found out 2 days ago. I mean, Denise passed away on the 1st. She found out 18 days later.
Why didn't she pick the body up?
Yeah, why did she wait 18 days to find out?
She didn't wait at all. She's been trying to contact the hospital.
I get it.
And everything.
Okay, so it took a while. So Lee, here's what I want to know. Lee, this is a terrible thing. I need to know quick answers. Lee, where is the body?
As far as we know, Romero's funeral home has had a service for him, and that's all we know so far.
Well, why wouldn't the mother be invited to the service?
Yeah, what are you leaving out here?
I'm not leaving out anything. You're not letting me talk. You're
You're right. You're right. Not yet, because I needed to get some basics. You're right. Okay. So the body is at and by the way, I'm not the one who said you're leaving anything out. Are you there? He hung up. Okay, thanks, Mark. I don't want to accuse a guy of leaving something out because I'm asking him questions right now. Obviously, there's something to the story. Why would Children's Hospital decide on their own to put him down as next of kin? I mean, that's a dangerous thing to do.
And change the last name?
And change the last name
they
without
wouldn't.
proof.
The answer is they wouldn't.
Did they do a DNA test?
I have no idea, but the answer is they wouldn't for any
now,
good,
Lee,
for
if
no
you hung
reason.
up by mistake, I hope you did. You'll call back because your sister needs to arrange for a DNA test, and she needs to take some action if what you're saying is true. If Children's Hospital did that on their own, without any input from the mom and without any scientific testing, because Lee's sister supposedly claims he is not the biological dad.
Hey, Tom, I've got Lee back on 4.
Okay. Lee, thank you for coming back. Lee, I'm glad that was a mistake. You were disconnected. Lee, here's what I'm saying, okay? Yes. I want you to give your story, but first I just wanted some basics. At Romero's funeral home, here's what I want to know. Is this guy claiming to be the biological dad?
As far as I don't believe so. But he has been at the hospital with his mother constantly. She put a security code on, to protect her and baby away from this violent man.
Tell me something, though, Lee. What motivation would this man have? I'm asking now. I'm not saying. Other than love, for the baby?
There is no love. There is no love.
Okay, then what would...
This guy's a psycho.
Lee, that could be true, and I'm not denying any domestic violence allegations. I'm not doing anything. All I'm saying is this. What would prompt him to want to be a part of this after thing, this aftermath of the baby dying and being there with his mother and going through all of this and having a service for him? What would prompt that, do you think? Because they're not together. They haven't been together for quite some time. So he wasn't there with her when the baby was born?
Absolutely not.
They haven't been together. Has he been visiting? Hold on. Has he been visiting the baby?
Yes. She had a security code to protect her and the baby.
But why did she let him visit the baby that wasn't even his?
She didn't let them. The hospital did. The hospital.
I'm talking about for 2 years. For 2 years.
The hospital changed.
Take the uncertainty out of selling your home.
What? Makes sense. Hey, where's Doc?
None of it makes sense.
No. We need Doc's expertise. Where is he? No, I mean.
Down hospital. I can't imagine changing someone's birth certificate.
They're really strict when they give access to
that's gotta be liability big time.
And they just decided to change the baby's
Like
last
some
name.
guy walks up to the counter and says,
"Hey, I want that kid to have my last name."
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. That's
Any
not
kid.
How that works.
That's
Hey, Lee, we're off the air. Lee, can I ask you something? We're going to come back to you. Can we talk to your sister at all on the air? I want to talk to her, man. This is really... No, we'll wait. Hold on, okay? I'm going to come back to you. All right. That phone is unreadable. Okay. Do you guys want me to order something? Are you hungry?
No,
I'm okay.
You don't,
Thank you.
you don't want anything? Okay. A shooting at Denver High School.
For real?
I don't see anything on Fox about it. Oh, here it is, East High School.
Oh, really?
Where's East at?
Colfax.
Yeah, it's right over next to one of my old Jimmy John's.
Colfax.
It's like 25 East Colfax.
2 adult faculty members shot.
Is this
What?
East High School right now? There's a shooting. We're not covering it.
Yep, don't want any cops in those schools, though.
No, God forbid.
That one needs them.
Oh, there's a okay, they're going to press charges on the documents, too. Look. Trump used his attorney to further a crime.
Well, that's good. I mean, big deal. Then they'll go after Biden for it. They think him having a felony is going to change fucking anything. They're insane. It's just they're insane.
It's going to help them.
They're handing it to him.
Yeah,
it's really remarkable to watch.
He won't win, Mark.
Okay.
You don't understand the hate for this man. You don't understand it. I never said that before. He just has a lot. There's so many people that hate the man. God almighty, I have never seen this much reaction to somebody in my life.
Yeah.
They are really afraid of this son of a bitch.
Yeah. Because he's not bought. He doesn't care.
Let's have someone call over to the funeral home. How does that work when you show up to a funeral home with a body? Do they ask any questions? You drop it at the front door? What do you do?
Well, Romero.
He said, didn't he say that he was like going to have a service for the kid?
I'm sure you have to have
It's
documentation.
Fred Loya, a funeral.
Yeah.
Well, that's
Oh,
yeah, but what do you do? I'm saying, can you just show up with a body? Is that it?
I think you need a
I mean, if someone takes someone out somewhere, can you just show up and say, I need this cremated?
First of all, the body. Yeah. First of all, they go pick up the body. They don't allow transport.
And I think you need a death certificate.
So the hospital then cut it loose.
Comes after.
Romero's would pick up
the death certificate comes after.
Or
but
Romero,
you can't have a service.
Romero's
can take control of the body without a death certificate.
You can. Yeah, they'll take them. My mom passed away in assisted living, and the funeral home came and picked her up.
Right.
And then everything was processed.
Sure.
After that, but I mean, there was tons of paper changing hands.
Yeah. Same thing, but they had to, like my dad a year and a half ago, they had to have that death certificate before they were going to hold a service or anything. Yeah, so they're not going to let this. So that somehow,
for 6 years, Tom, you're acting like this is
body's
new.
gotta be attached
It was
to the
Russia,
death
Russia,
certificate.
Russia.
Yeah, that
Remember?
whole thing's wacky, man.
Could this change opinions where they wonder why are they going after him with such? Now they're going back to the classified documents right here. Department of Justice.
That would go over great, and then Biden doesn't get in trouble for the ones next to him.
All over the place.
Yeah, especially everywhere.
Yeah, and it is Chinese paid for foundation at the university. This is insane. Oh, this is going to stir up the base. This is going to backfire.
What's that?
Yeah, but the base is the base. The base isn't the majority, though.
Yeah, but there could even be people in the middle that are like, you know what? He's right. They are vindictive. This is a one-sided.
Those people that are kind of on the fence now, seeing what's happening, they might see it for what it is. Probably not, though.
So now he's facing another indictment possibility
Yeah.
for the secured documents. Somehow they're saying he convinced his attorney to break the law.
This is nuts.
Do you guys? I mean, I'm 41 now. Do you guys recall in history anything this crazy politically?
No.
I don't.
Never.
I don't. And it's just getting worse by the day.
Like when Reagan and even Senior Bush and even a younger Bush, there wasn't a hatred like this.
Right.
I mean, they disagreed, but there was no visceral hate.
Oh yeah.
They hated Nixon.
Well, they did.
They fucking hated Nixon.
But so did his party.
Well, maybe so, but I mean, they hated Nixon.
And well, they should have. The guy was a fucking crook.
Yeah, they're all part of the same machine. That's the difference. Trump doesn't have any lobbyists.
Yeah, it's tough to say what's going to happen this election cycle, man.
It's going to be nuts. Can you imagine that first debate between Trump and Biden?
I don't think
highest
Biden
rated
can talk.
TV, highest rated ever.
Yeah,
higher than the Super Bowl.
Biden kicked his ass in the last debate. I mean, if you remember, he really did.
I'd agree with that. Trump had fucking COVID too.
Yeah,
which was pretty
terrible.
fucked up.
It was terrible.
Yeah.
And Biden was very straight.
Come on, man. No, he thought he had it whipped.
Yeah, I know. He went in there too confident.
Yeah. Plus, he had COVID though, legitimately, or just got over it.
Ripped off, bad news. You need advice so you don't have to lose. We'll come running just as fast as we can. Troubleshooter's gonna help the common man.
This is the Troubleshooter Show. Now, Tom Martino.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. Welcome to the show. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. This hour brought to you by waterpros.net for the best water systems at the lowest prices. paulthewaterman.com. Can you believe we got that one? paulthewaterman.com for your water systems. Now, under $1,000 will get you drinking water at the kitchen sink. All the drinking water you want, reverse osmosis, triple filter, under $1,000. Waterpros.net, paulthewaterman.com. Or let me give you that number. 303-862-5554. Now, okay, so we have an issue going on that is so bizarre, with a baby's body being released by Children's Hospital. If we are to believe what Lee is saying, his sister had a baby, 2 years old, passed away at 2 years old, was in and out of the hospital for 2 years. The boyfriend, not the biological dad, was visiting the baby at the hospital. I don't know how that happened. And they changed the baby's name to his last name, and they released the body to him. Now, I'm going to go out on a limb. Children's Hospital has been around for years, and I can't see them making a decision like that without some proof that this was the baby, that it was his baby. But, Lee, I'm not calling you a liar. I'm not calling your sister. I'm just saying that I don't think maybe this guy falsified something, but I don't think
this man falsified a lot of stuff to the point to where
he can't falsify blood work. Did they do a DNA test?
No, he refused to do a DNA test.
Then why would they change the baby's name?
On her phone
why did they change? Did your sister ask, why did they change my baby's name?
Yeah, and they refuse to tell her. They keep giving her the runaround. They keep telling her, "Oh, I'll call you back." She has recordings of when she calls and talks to the hospital all the time. I mean, throughout the point to where there's no permission that she granted at all that she wanted this man around.
Now,
Because,
was the baby buried?
we don't know. We just found out. Romero's funeral home won't even release any information to us because they said that we have to talk to the next of kin, which the hospital listed him as the next of kin.
Oh, come on. So the biological mom who gave birth to this baby can get no information?
No information. And I'm not joking.
Is your sister available to talk
and
to us?
And she has full custody of the child, or did?
Well, during the 2 years, Lee, that's a good question. During the 2 years, she had full custody of this baby?
Absolutely.
Why did he get to visit the baby then?
Whatever he did, they changed everything that she put in. She put a security code for only certain people. Here, she wrote me a thing. It says, Children's Hospital is not abided by her wishes. She put a security pass on so no one but her, her grandma, the auntie, and uncle could see her baby. Because she was scared so bad of this guy that she was with. She feared for his life and for her sons. And who's to say what he would do? He stabbed her in the head, for Christ's sakes.
Okay, right now, though, the issue is the baby. Right now, the issue is the baby. I don't understand how this happened. Who has she been talking to? Who has she been talking to at Children's Hospital?
She's talking to everybody. I mean, she has on one of her phones the conversation that she talked to with the doctor that was trying to revive her son.
And what did the doctor say?
The doctor said he couldn't revive him.
Yeah, but what does this have to do? Okay, what does this have to do with releasing the body, though? That's the part. Did she talk to anybody about releasing the body?
She didn't even know that he passed away until a couple of days ago.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Hold on, Lee. The baby was in the hospital, and she wasn't visiting the baby every day?
She was feared for her life from this guy.
Lee, here's what I want to ask you. Okay, I don't want to know reasons. I need to know something. I really need to know something. While the baby was in the hospital, did she visit the baby?
Yeah.
How often?
As often as she could, but...
Like, what does that mean? Like, when was the last time, before the baby died, before the day of the baby's death, how long had it been since she visited her baby?
How long? What, a couple of weeks? Like 2 weeks or something? The last time she saw him nice before he passed?
Does that seem strange to anyone? That there was 2 weeks?
This entire call is strange.
Lee, that seems strange to me. Hold on. It seems strange to me that the mom was not visiting for 2 weeks and the other guy was every day.
He's unemployed. He's a narcissist. This guy is...
Yeah, well, hold on, Lee. Wild horses couldn't keep women from their baby at a hospital in intensive care.
Fear of this man kept her from going there quite often. Trust me.
But 2 weeks?
Yeah.
I'm just curious. Lee, something's weird here. And here's the thing. I don't understand how we get information. Because the hospital's not going to give us information. The funeral home's not going to give us information. You're going to have to, you need an attorney to compel them to come forth with information. But Lee, something doesn't add up here. I don't know exactly what it is, but you're saying that she had a baby 2 years old in and out of the hospital. How many times was the baby?
In and out of the hospital. He never even left the hospital.
Oh, the baby was in the hospital for 2 full years?
Yeah.
And she had full custody the whole time?
Yes.
And how, okay, that baby was in the hospital for 2 years. Oh, my God.
Yes. Yeah, his intestines were underneath his lungs. Could
they?
They were what? And so his intestines were inside.
But what I don't understand, they never called her to say, she wasn't on the records where they would call her and say your baby died? How long was the baby deceased before she found out?
18 days.
Now, something's wrong. Something is not adding up, Lee. Something is not adding up. There's something terrible. The baby passed away, and they did not contact the mom on the birth certificate.
Man told them not to.
Who did?
She didn't have custody, man.
It's not for this.
They contacted her for surgeries and everything, but not for this. She calls all the time to check.
Can we talk to whoever's in the background there?
Everything.
That's her, right?
That was her, yes.
Can we talk to her, please?
They really want to talk to you. She's in the shower though, right now.
Can I talk to her?
Hey, can he talk to you? Yeah, give her a couple of minutes.
What's her name?
She said, her name is Venus.
What's her name?
Venus.
Venus.
Yes.
Okay. Hold on a second. I find this so shocking. So shocking. Hold on.
It's sickening.
Do roller coaster stock markets make you nervous? With such frequent ups and downs, don't let market volatility derail your retirement. Hi, I'm Linda Gardner, host of Your Money, Your Retirement, Saturday on 630 KHOW. If you're concerned about the markets, call today to schedule a complimentary review of your portfolio. Call 720-488-8604. That's 720-488-8604. Or online, yourmoneyyourretirement.com.
We offer free home market analysis and free home buyer consultations. Let our years of experience help you get what you want in the time you want. There simply is no substitute for drive, self-discipline, passion, and experience.
I'm consumer advocate Tom Martino, urging you to use Frank Duran, therealestateman.com, with RE/MAX Alliance, 303-920-1622.
Okay, I talk about John Fuller a lot. John Fuller is our personal injury expert, our auto accident expert. That's why his website is myaccidentlawyer.co. And what we talk about is how he works each and every case. That's his pledge, that he won't take any more cases than he can personally work. And I always tell you about other firms sometimes that go on TV and they always brag about big cases. And they take in hundreds of cases, hundreds and hundreds on call centers spread out through the metro area. So, John Fuller, let's just hit that topic straight up. When you pick a case, do you look for those cases you can advertise, those big cases? Do you cherry pick? Let's just ask.
I wish I could cherry pick, Tom. That's a great question. Listen, I talk to everybody about their cases, and there are some people that we frankly tell them that they can handle it on their own. So I'm always happy to have that conversation with people. But beyond that, I do not cherry pick cases. I think everybody deserves to get a fair shake in a car accident and in a battle against an insurance company, and we've handled cases of all sizes. The thing that's really interesting is sometimes when you think a case is really not all that big of a case, you never know, it could turn into a huge case, and it's just the way of the way things happen. So no, we do not cherry pick cases. We're here to talk to everybody. We're always happy to have a consultation with people and help them out, and sometimes that will result in us saying, you're better off without us. But no, come one, come all to the Fuller Law Firm.
And the idea of you can do it on your own, you mean that literally, that you can't do much good for them because it's such a small case or something, that you tell them what to do. And that's really important to know, that you're not looking to just take every case, and you're not looking to take just the big cases. You take them as they come and give them honest legal advice. I mean, that's what you do.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, we get calls from people that, we'd love to hear from people in the first day or two after an accident. Sometimes that doesn't happen. Sometimes we talk to people that are 2 years down the road before they finally call us. And listen, if we can't bring value to the table, I'm going to be honest with you up front and let you know that. But that doesn't mean I'm going to just turn you away. I'm going to give you some advice on, my thoughts of how to proceed on the case and what things you might be able to do to help wrap the case up yourself, even if it's not a perfect match to come to our firm.
Okay, John Fuller, I always say that. Call him directly. You will notice the difference. 303-597-4500, 303-597-4500, or myaccidentlawyer.co. If you need extra cash for any reason and you have some old jewelry, why don't you sell it to DavidEllisJewelry.com? Now, you may think, why is David always advertising that he'll buy? Well, he has a jewelry store. He buys and sells. And who knows, you might be there selling and you might want to buy, but there's no pressure ever. DavidEllisJewelry.com, 3rd and Clayton. He'll buy used jewelry, vintage or antique jewelry, or just junk. He'll wait and pay it, whatever it is. If it's precious metals, give him a call, 303-322-8779, 3rd and Clayton, DavidEllisJewelry.com.
Attorney Joe Cordell. Divorce forces a father to focus.
What, Mark?
I agree with Mr. Bendo.
Who? What?
YouTuber.
Oh,
that this is a case for an abortion.
Oh, God.
Well, I mean, the kid, Jesus Christ, he was born like that. Apparently that's unfixable by any means.
That's right. This mom didn't call the
there
hospital.
There has to be his name.
It doesn't make any sense.
On the birth certificate.
Nor does the mother check on the baby that's in the hospital in an 18-day period of time.
Yeah, that doesn't make sense.
They're fucking drug addicts.
Yeah.
She's in the shower with her brother right now.
It's crazy.
What causes that intestines to be on the outside of it?
If there's a hole in the diaphragm, you know what the diaphragm is, right?
Yes.
That separates your abdominal cavity from your chest cavity. If there's a diaphragmatic hernia, or if there's a hole in it, the intestines can pop up through and can strangulate the intestines.
But it was on the outside of the body. Oh, no, they didn't say that. It said it was
but
under the heart.
Why couldn't they
hernia
fix it
hole,
over a
herniated
2-year period?
They should have been able to.
So there's more to it.
Can that
Well,
come
he
from
probably had multiple surgeries.
Can that come from a drug mom or not?
That's not, as far as I know, that's not a specific issue with the drug. It could be, but
right, you don't know it to be.
They can't sew that up like a hernia.
Well,
and you would think separate.
They should be able to.
Something's weird.
Uh-oh.
Oh, this is Denver. Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter, 303-713-TALK. 303-713-8255. Welcome to the show. Let's go to the phones. And we're going to wait a second here until she can come on the phone. She was in the shower, and I'm going to go to another call. Todd, you have a question for one of our guests today, Prime Plumbing and Heating. Go ahead, Todd.
Hi, long-time listener. I've been
Thank you.
listening since the early 80s.
Wow.
Yeah, when I think you were on KOA at the time.
That's right. That's right. I started out on KOA and then went to KO. Right.
Yep. So my daughter recently had a furnace go out, the blower motor. We live in Cheyenne. They said it would be $1,500 to fix. It's a 20-year-old furnace. So my question is what should one know and questions to ask when replacing a furnace? Like, should you replace the AC condenser?
Well, first of all, you're smart, not just replacing the blower motor. You're smart, not on a 20-year-old furnace. So go ahead. You want to know what questions you should ask?
Right. So, what questions you should ask. So should you replace the AC at the same time? What efficiency one should pursue? What's the best furnace to go with?
How old is the house, Todd?
It's about 20 years old.
Okay. So is it really insulated well?
Not super well, no.
Then high efficiency may not be worth it, somewhere in between. But listen, there are certain things you have to buy because the codes were upgraded. So what does he have to buy, Nate? What does he have to? He can't buy those old-fashioned furnaces anyway because all the standards changed, right?
Well, you can still get 80% efficient.
You
furnaces.
can.
Yeah.
Okay, just a straight. Is that worth it for a 20-year-old home that's not insulated that great?
It's tough to say, Tom. What kind of windows do you have over there?
I don't know, ones you can see out of. I mean,
Are they aluminum?
No, they're not aluminum.
Okay. Tell me this house. What size is the house?
It's about 4,000 square feet. It's it's 2 level. There's 3 bedrooms upstairs, a big family room downstairs, and bedroom downstairs. And I should say we live in Cheyenne. That's the other thing. And I was hoping that maybe you had somebody that services Cheyenne. But, they've been able to keep it warm with 2 gas fireplaces. So we're just trying to get our ducks in a row because we know we're going to have to replace something.
And by the way, you should do the furnace and air if they're both 20 years old.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah. You're just patching it otherwise.
Todd, I would suggest an energy audit. Get closer.
Okay.
Can you hear me better?
Yeah.
Okay, good. I would look up who's your local electricity
Black
and
Hills
gas
Energy.
provider. I would call
Black Hills Energy.
Call Black Hills and ask them if they have a contact for an energy audit. They can come out and tell you what type of insulation you have.
That's a good idea.
Value you have.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then what you want is you want to know that you're going to meet the heat loss calculation needs.
Correct.
And keep up with it.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Is there any furnace that you guys recommend that's better, that's on the market? I know Lennox is highly rated.
Well, here's the truth.
The
truth is any good furnace is a good furnace, and the lower end furnaces are not. I mean, but when I say not, they're all going to heat. And correct me if I'm wrong, Nate. The difference is, I would believe, the length of time they last. But now this is given that they're all installed properly.
Correct.
Right.
That's where it starts, is the installation.
Yeah, because you can take a great furnace and install it wrong and not get any life,
Yep.
or the other way around. You can get a cheaper furnace and do a perfect installation, get longer life. But if you took the top of the line, a Carrier or Lennox or whatever, and you took the bottom of a line, Goodman, and the difference would be, I think, the heat exchanger, right, and how long it lasts, or what?
I think
the components.
I think the warranty on the heat exchanger is all pretty much the same across the board. I think it's a 30-year warranty
On even the lower end furnaces?
On even the lower ends, yeah. Maintenance is the key to longevity with any system.
Okay, but are you saying that you should buy the cheapest furnace possible then, because it doesn't matter? Is that what I'm hearing?
No, not necessarily.
Well, then what am I hearing? Because I thought that is there a difference between the lowest end to the highest end?
There is. So the manufacturers, the parts like you mentioned, Carrier, Trane, Lennox, those are obviously their higher end.
Right.
They use better components, better materials to build their furnaces.
Okay.
Which is why you're paying a premium for those.
And they can last longer, but what you're saying is you can get life out of anything if you maintain it.
Yes, absolutely. I've seen Goodmans go for 15, 20, 25 years with proper maintenance.
And then you've seen probably the other ones go for 10 years.
I've seen brand new Carriers installed that had to be replaced within 5 years.
We had a Goodman, went probably 16 years in our track home in Castle Rock. I don't remember doing any maintenance on it for 16 years.
You know, that brings me back to the idea that most of them are the same, except for the warranties and other things like that. I always thought the heat exchangers were different, but you're telling me something I didn't know, Nate, that all the heat exchangers nowadays have the. So what does that mean? If I have a 15-year-old furnace, will they pay to have that heat exchanger replaced?
I know that Goodman will cover their heat exchanger.
Okay, so what does that mean? Labor and parts?
Typically not labor.
So labor is going to be the major part of that.
It could be, yes.
I mean, to take out a heat exchanger is a major job.
It's a big job, yeah.
So what would that tell me? If you were called to replace a heat exchanger right now in an old Goodman, how much would you charge?
You're going to be in the $1,500 range.
For the labor?
For the labor.
Okay, and even if the heat exchanger was supplied, it'd be about $1,500. Now, no, it's not bad on a 15-year-old, but they're facing a $1,500 on a 20-year furnace thing. Hey,
plus they'd have to pay for the heat exchanger. Well, his is what do you say? It was a blower motor.
No,
right?
yeah. Okay, so listen, man, you got a lot of choices, but here's the bottom line: get a heat loss calculation done or an energy audit. That's where they say, look, you can have a high efficiency, but you're paying way more than you need. You can run a lower efficiency unit in this house or something in between.
Okay.
And then
Do you
get
guys
different
know of
quotes.
anybody that-
I don't know people up there. I really don't know anybody in Cheyenne.
I think Greeley Furnace goes up there. They're on our referral list.
Oh, that would be good. Call Greeley and see if they go up there. That would be wonderful.
Will do.
Greeley Furnace. 303-713-8255. Alex, what's going on with you? Hello, Alex. What's happening?
Hey, I am calling. I got a question about 470, maybe a problem. E470.
What's the problem, Alex?
Well, I've got a motorcycle, and I went to register it. The tag is expired. I'm trying to get it registered. They said that there's a registration hold on it because the bill isn't paid. I've gotten bills for my truck, which is registered at the same address with the same name and everything. I haven't seen a bill for the motorcycle before.
Are they saying it is? Are they saying it is specifically the motorcycle?
Yes.
Well, they can send you a picture of it.
Well, yeah. So I've got I don't have pictures of it, but I have a list of charges.
Do those dates that they have listed look real?
Yeah, they look real.
Okay, so they should. If you never got billed, are you trying to erase the penalty?
Well, there's $550 in penalties on a $58 bill.
How much in penalties?
500 and change.
That means
that
means legal got involved.
Wow. And you're sure you never ever got billed ever?
I don't recall ever having a bill in the mail for.
But what's that matter if you drove? I mean, do you recall driving on the road?
Yes, I do.
Okay, so you
well,
know
then you
had
owe
to
the
pay it.
money. You owe the money. You could call them. They're usually pretty good at negotiating penalties. They really are. So the original bill was how much?
The original bill for the motorcycle is $58 and some change.
58. How many times does that represent?
13 times.
Okay, so 13 times. So if you say I was never billed on this, I usually get billed on my truck. Can you look into it and see what address they have? If they have your address filed, I just have to tell you something, Alex. They did send it out. Okay, they really did. They don't have a person doing it. It's automated. So if they have your address, can you go online and see the address they have listed for that motorcycle?
Yeah, and it is the correct address.
Then I would, you might just want to beg for mercy, but I'm going to tell you, man.
Most of the time, though, once they get to the point where you can't register your vehicle, they don't waive any fees. Most of the time. They made that very clear to me.
Yeah, so I know that you're saying you don't recall getting any bills, but, man, if they have your address down, that's an automated system. It's just too late to do that right now. I don't know how you tackle this. I would call them up and beg for mercy, and as Mark said, you probably won't get any. But, it's worth a try.
Well, they got them by the balls now.
This hour from the Trajan Wealth K-House Studios. Trajan Wealth, your trusted local fiduciary advisors. TrajanWealth.com. Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Red Pilled America.
All right, got some major road work going on. Northbound I-25 at US 36, 2 right lanes blocked. You got slowing as you head back to I-70. Backups and delays till about 7 o'clock tonight. Southbound I-25 looking pretty good. We've got east and westbound I-70. Finally reopened eastbound 70 there in Garfield County after we had that multiple vehicle accident due to adverse weather conditions. But if you are headed to the high country, could slow you down. Denver weather for today, partly cloudy, highs near 55 tonight. Chance of rain showers before 10 p.m. and then maybe a little bit of snow after midnight with lows actually around 31. Highs tomorrow, 54 sunny skies. It is 37 now. With your Impact Traffic and weather, I'm Joel Navarro, 630 KHOW.
Should married couples go into business together? This week on Red Pilled America, we dive into that question. After 20 years of being married and working together, you could say we're experts on the subject. Listen to Red Pilled America anywhere you get podcasts. That's Red Pilled America.
Harris Family Law is doing something so remarkable, giving out free legal advice in the form of webinars on all topics related to family law. that I want you to get proper access. It's harrisfamilylaw.com, and it's free, by the way, harrisfamilylaw.com/webinars. You'll see the next live one scheduled. You can tune in, ask questions, or you can see the archived ones, which probably have one of your issues already covered. But what's great about it, it's free, and it's real. Harris, Harris, harrisfamilylaw.com/webinars. We all want safe, conservative investments right now that make good money, well, or income for life. Listen, you can get that, and you can get that in writing. I'm not kidding, guaranteed, from companies that have been doing it for 125 years. I'm not kidding when I say you don't lose a dime. Not of gain or of principal. Once you gain, you keep it. There are some seminars that will teach you about this. If you go to becomethebanker.info, you can sign up. Becomethebanker.info. March 23rd at 6:30 in the DTC area, or in the Thornton area, Saturday, March 25th in the morning at 11. Becomethebanker.info.
Hey, it's Dan Kaplis. Catholic Charities of the Archdiocese of Denver is transforming lives daily with their wide range of services.
Mark, are you going right home after the show, you and your wife?
Suzanne's not here.
Oh, shit.
Why?
I have to drop my car at Michael's.
Oh,
I was gonna
have
one of you drive it to Michael's. Just leave it, but I have to go down there now. That's it. All right.
I'll give you a ride back if you need.
Oh no. Steph will just take.
I might be leaving a little early. I'm looking for an email.
Okay.
You've been following this, what's her name, with the skiing accident? Gwyneth Paltrow.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't listen to the whole thing, but I heard the opening and then some of the testimony from the plaintiff, just on, I don't remember, Fox or CNN or something.
Okay.
And her attorney turned him upside down. I can't imagine them winning this, and she's going to win, but she's only asking for $1
from him.
That's what Taylor Swift did too when she sued when someone sued her.
Which case you talking about? This Trump case?
No, Gwyneth Paltrow.
Oh, what happened with that?
Ran into somebody skiing.
That's what they're claiming, that she ran in, broke 4 ribs. You realize that woman probably weighs 90 pounds.
Yeah.
I mean.
Yeah. That's the risk you take when you buy a lift ticket. Unless you're obviously out of control.
Well, you got to prove.
Yeah.
You got to prove to the jury that you were not paying attention. So I assume if there's video of you texting, flying down the hill,
or drunk or something.
Yeah, or toxicology, but I don't think that's involved in this.
No, that's part of the deal. I've been hit many times.
But that's what they said. They got to prove that it wasn't just a collision or an accident, that she was not paying attention. I go, how the hell, unless it's obvious, how do you do that?
Right. There's an assumed risk with skiing.
And then the story has changed 3 times.
Yeah, but his limit, he was doing millions and then went down to 300,000 because the limit for that. And so then.
Yeah, but so his story to the cops that day, or to ski patrol, whatever it is one story. The story 2 or 3 months later, completely different story. And then the story during his deposition, the third version of the story.
What were the different versions? Like the first time with the ski patrol. Oh, never mind. Hi, Tom Martino, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Compass Insurance Group, make sure you're not paying too much. Make sure you're not, with any insurance that is, and make sure you're not underinsured. They'll do a free insurance checkup. It's truly unbiased, neutral, because they handle like 25 lines of insurance. Compass Insurance Group, 303-996-9000. So, Art, go ahead, Art. What's going on with you?
Well, Tom, ever since this thing came up with Trump and Stormy Daniels,
yes,
I've been wondering. I always thought that blackmail was a more serious crime than buying some goodies from a prostitute.
And what is blackmail?
Well, Stormy Daniels was
you mean her asking for the money? I'm not sure how that came about, but they're not. See, in a settlement talk, you're allowed to ask for money like that. You're allowed to talk about that. What you can't say is, if I don't get paid, I'm going to make sure your life is miserable. I mean, there are certain rules. I don't think they're going for black. I mean, I don't think even Trump believes he was blackmailed. And, you know, the more I looked into this, by the way, this is something I learned, Art, and I don't know if it's true. On one hand, people said he took the money out of his campaign money to pay her and then classified it as a legal cost. If that's the case, that would be weird.
Yeah, but he paid it back if that did happen, so I don't think that matters.
No, but with his personal money, right? Is that what you're saying? Yeah. Now, hold on.
If that was the case, AOC would be in the can right now.
I get what you're saying. What are you talking about?
She paid rent with financing.
Oh, okay, but then paid it back.
Then paid it back herself.
Now, here's what they're saying about if he did pay money back into his campaign. Okay, and then that money was used. Still, if you think about it, he paid money into the campaign. That's a contribution that he didn't count to himself.
Well, okay, that's fine, but listen, man.
I'm not saying it's going to change the world and it should happen. I'm not saying they're looking for a reason. They're looking for a reason.
You've got a guy in New York going after him for a federal charge that the feds themselves did not pursue. They said, we're not going to do it. Then you have something that the statute of limitation has ran out, so they're converting it some kind of weird felony to get around that. The case itself is unbelievably bad.
No, especially when you consider, in New York, when you consider everything going on, being not being prosecuted.
Yeah, but even throw out all that stuff. I'm saying the case is so bad. It's crazy they're even considering this. And let's not forget, what did she sign? A non-disclosure when she took the money. Now she's going to be a witness. Do you remember Bill Cosby? He had a non-disclosure with a woman. He went to prison, and then what happened? Why is he out?
Because they violated it.
That's right. They violated it. It's absolutely insane they're going down this path.
Well, and then this just out today, a judge said that he may have violated the law in the confidential documents
case. Well, that's a whole different thing.
Right.
I don't know.
But what I'm saying is,
about that.
They're looking for anything against him.
Of course.
Anything.
It was Russia, 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 Russia for the first 4 years.
But Mark, I'm going to say this right now. There are people listening and people out there who believe this is entirely appropriate because guess what? It's depending on whose cattle you slaughter.
I think the documents are appropriate on everybody that's done it. I've got no issue with that whatsoever. You look into it, the law was broken or it wasn't. I don't know. I don't know anything about secret documents, thank God.
Anyway, 303-713-TALK, 713-825.
Wait.
Yes.
Wait. Are you still there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Well,
go ahead.
The way I looked at the picture was that Stormy was threatening to reveal that Trump had paid her for some goodies or something, and then she was threatening to expose that to the world.
She didn't. It didn't happen that way, sir. This was an offer made by them.
Well, it was made by an attorney too, I believe. But what does this have to do with anything, man? No one's going after Stormy.
I know. It seems to me like Stormy was trying to blackmail him.
You know, he does bring up an interesting thing that's got nothing to do with who he's talking about.
Do you know what? Settlement talks and hush money is paid in hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of cases every year.
Where is
and
that
it is not
line?
blackmail.
Where is the line,
Because
though?
you did not go to them and say, you better pay me money or I'm going to expose you.
Yeah.
It was during a settlement case and an offer was made or they suggested it. It wasn't blackmail.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know how I get this guy to know, but he just keeps repeating it. It is not considered blackmail. It is a settlement discussion. It's not. They didn't take money. First of all, you threaten and then you take the money for real blackmail. Now you can extortion or you can threaten blackmail, but they never did. She never said, you better give me money.
How about, I'm just curious, how about if you sent a picture to somebody of them with another woman or another man, whatever, and you didn't ask for any money, and you just said something like, any ideas? Then they make the offer. That's what I'm saying. Where is that line from blackmail? Do you want to, how about if I said, hey, Tom, do you want to buy this photo I have of you? Is that blackmail? I don't know.
Well, it could be, I guess. I don't know. I mean, but in a settlement talk...
in the Stormy thing, no way. I agree 100%.
If I agreed in settlement talks, you know what? These photos have no redeeming value. They're just going to cloud issues. And they were going to... Here's what I don't understand. Okay, this is the part I don't understand. Settlement talks are usually a result of a lawsuit. Was Stormy Daniels suing him?
I don't know.
See, that's the part...
Well, she wasn't suing... Well, I don't know, because there was an NDA. Maybe she was.
I don't understand that part, because then it would be more like blackmail.
How about if you go through an attorney, though?
Yeah, but you can still be blackmailing someone through an attorney. If an attorney contacted me and said, my clients have pictures of you doing something and we want money, we want a confidentiality agreement, that is blackmail.
I would think so.
But hold on now. But if they're suing me for something legit, and then I say... let's settle this lawsuit, and part of the agreement is you can't talk. That's not blackmail. That's just a confidentiality clause.
What is interesting...
So that's what I want to know. Was there a reason... If there was a settlement of another case, then the confidentiality clause would be there. Was he being sued? I didn't look that deeply into it because I didn't care to.
Yeah,
but that's really the key issue. If it was only to keep her mouth shut, it would be blackmail.
How about breaking the NDA?
Well, he could sue her for that, or he could get the money back for that. Yeah, but I don't know what the original.
Wait till it's over.
What was the original lawsuit? Anyway, does anyone know? I don't know what it was. Now, Lee, do we have your sister available to talk yet, Lee? Lee? We're going to have to see if he's still there during the break, okay? Can you let me know if Lee is still there? 303-713-TALK, 713-8255.
Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by the Tudor-Dixon Podcast.
Well, if you're headed out on the lunch hour, got a couple construction spots going to cause some issues. Northbound I-25 at US 36, 2 lanes blocked there, slowing as you head back to I-70. And then our typical construction delays, lane closures, westbound I-270. You're going to find that between I-70 as you head up towards Vasquez. And a lot of police activity around East High School. Multiple streets in that area blocked. Denver weather for today could see some rain here in the next couple of hours with highs near 55 tonight. A rain-snow mix, lows of 31, and then tomorrow mostly sunny, highs of 54. Right now in Denver, it is mostly cloudy and 39. With your Impact Traffic and Weather, I'm Joel Navarro, 630 KHOW.
Hi, it's Tudor Dixon. Join me on my brand new podcast, the Tudor Dixon Podcast, part of the Clay and Buck Podcast Network. New episodes dropping every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday beginning March 20th on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
EuroPlumbingColorado.net has the best deal on water heaters you can find anywhere. And that is a 40-gallon tank fully installed for $12.99, fully installed, and that's the old one taken away. EuroPlumbingColorado.net. Now think about this. In addition to that, if you want a 50-gallon tank, it's $13.99. That's an incredible deal, and that includes everything it takes to get the job done. So there are no hidden costs. In fact, if you want any water heaters, they brag about their deals all the time, and based on these, they have reason to. So if you're looking for a water heater, EuroPlumbingColorado.net, 303-668-6844, 303-668-6844. If you're looking for septic repair or maintenance or replacement or a brand new one, don't go to a regular plumber. You need a specialist. Boonstra Excavation. They do all ground plumbing, including freshwater lines, but they can do septics from beginning to end, both conventional and the brand new high-tech ones. SepticColorado.com. for septic specialists. SepticColorado.com. All along the Front Range and the mountain communities and the Eastern Plains, 970-278-6151.
Are you thinking about selling your home? With Orchard, you can skip the typical headaches and hassles of listing a home and go straight to getting an all-cash offer. It's simple. Once Orchard determines your home value, they make you a cash offer. Then, when Orchard sells your home for more than they paid you for it, you keep all the profit. If you're
Looks like a kid shot the 2 teachers and then is on the loose.
Weird. Yeah, he's on the run.
They showed the picture on TV there. It looked like there was probably 150 or so SWAT agents up there.
I wonder why they took out the staff. It's got to be. I don't think it's multiple kids.
No,
that's one.
Just one kid.
Did they say they got him? Is he dead or what?
Oh, he's on the run. They're looking for him still.
In the school-ish?
In the community.
I wonder why he went after those teachers.
Are they
What
dead or are they alive?
So they're both, one's in serious condition, the other one's in surgery.
Wow.
Well, hopefully they can pull
Yeah.
through.
Yeah.
That's the guy?
I guess. Oh, I don't know. I just heard it on the radio. I didn't see. I like that move though of countersuing for $1.
Just to make a point.
Well, I mean, she could end the guy's life with attorney's fees.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Although he might have found an attorney to take this just because it's her.
Yeah, probably.
Wonder where this happened. It was like Aspen or California.
Did you see all that snow they got out in California, man?
Oh yeah.
Goodness.
They're in trouble if they have a warm spring.
Well,
Their flooding is going to be insane.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
already hammering.
They gotta know where to put that water.
Yeah.
You know, let's
put it in the reservoirs.
Yeah, but they got towns up there that are already
I know.
window height water,
Yeah,
and it hasn't
They're
even
in
begun
trouble.
to melt.
they need to build more reservoirs out there for when this happens.
Same here. Steamboat, absolutely buried in snow.
Yeah.
Well, we're fine for Denver.
Yeah, we got.
We
Yeah.
had snowpack for 2 years.
Oh yeah.
I'll tell you what, this March has been nothing though. It's the first March I remember with nothing.
That's true too. It's been a strange winter.
It's been a long winter.
I wonder why you would shoot administrators.
Boy, look at all those people.
Maybe
Holy
they
shit.
suspended them.
Yeah.
You know.
Those are probably all the students that they took out of the school more and their parents.
Mm-hmm.
Although I don't know why the parents would be there because they didn't shoot any students.
If he's still running around though, it seems weird to have a big group of people outside.
Yeah, right.
I wonder if they died, did they say?
No, one was serious and one's in surgery.
Okay. I wonder if it is something stupid like, well, no matter what, it's stupid, but
these administrators were patting him down at the beginning of the day, so he probably figured they were going to find the gun, pulled it out, and shot him.
Is that what it says?
Yeah, it just said they were patting down the students in the morning.
I wonder who was patting them down.
The
Didn't they get rid of
administrators
cops?
He shot.
I've been saying this since Columbine, but they need armed officers, volunteers, vets,
Military
paid.
Or just cops, man.
.com.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter, 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. Well, we have some... is this a new question on line 1? Or did we answer that already?
That's a new one.
That's a new one, okay. And we had
Actually, you got 2 for them.
2 of them. Charles, what is your question? Go ahead, Charles.
Yes, I'd like to ask your experts a question.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I had a plumber come out, and 'cause I have a gurgling sound in my bathroom.
Yes?
Yeah, all the time, wakes me up sometimes. He said it was just air in the lines or something like that.
When you say a gurgling sound, is it coming from where? The toilet?
Seems like it's coming from the bathtub.
But where in the bathroom, do you know?
Bathtub.
Oh, I'm sorry, the tub.
I think so. That's when I get in there.
Is it only when it drains or just any time?
Yeah, you don't even have to be using it.
Huh.
And I'd like to know if that sounds serious or it just needs to be bled or something like that.
I think it's Trump's fault. But anyway,
yeah.
No, so I don't know. I really don't know the reason. Do you?
Hey, Charles, it sounds like you could have an issue with a clogged or partially clogged main line or a vent stack for that bathroom.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I better have somebody that knows what they're doing. That last guy, he just left. He didn't really help me. He just said it's air and took off.
Call my office, Charles. They'll help you out. 720-542-8153.
And the name of the company?
We're Prime Plumbing and Heating.
Okay.
Why do you think that's happening? No, I mean, what's your gut?
Well,
could it be the roof vents?
Typically, it's going to be, like I said, either a partially or fully clogged main line that's, causing that, or it could be that vent for that bathtub is clogged. So anytime something's used in the house, it tries to suck the bathroom P-trap dry. That's usually what causes that.
But you've had those things before?
Oh, yeah, very common.
Linda, go ahead. Hi, Linda. What's happening?
Hi. Yeah. Okay. Back in October, I had a high-efficiency train furnace installed, and I had an issue with a high-pitched noise. And then they replaced it in December.
They replaced what? What did they replace?
The furnace with another model.
So wait, they came back and replaced it again because you were getting a high pitched sound?
Yeah, and it was coming through the vent. It started when it initially was turned on.
Yeah.
Okay, and so they tried some things. They replaced some parts in October. They didn't fix it, so they decided to just replace it with the new unit. So they came out and replaced it again with a different train model. And I was still hearing the same thing, but it wasn't as high, but it still was high. The issue that I'm having is the venting, the exterior outside the house is a few feet away from the master bedroom window. So especially at night when everything's quiet, you could hear it coming in.
What do you hear coming in? What do you hear coming in? A draft?
Not the draft. You hear the high pitched noise.
You hear it at the windows?
She's saying she's hearing it from that PVC pipe that was ran from the furnace outside.
Yeah,
okay.
Exactly.
That's a high. Okay, for high efficiency furnaces, they have a small intake like that, and that's whistling.
Correct. It's coming
this problem, we've actually gotten a lot on this. When someone goes into an older home, and I still don't understand why, and they put in a high-efficiency furnace, I have gotten so many complaints to referralists that they hear it through the vents and hear it in different places, a whistle or a groan, and then companies will come back out and they simply can't get rid of it. I mean, why does it do that?
There's several reasons that could be happening. As she stated, it sounds like they went so far, they probably replaced the inducer fan to start and then couldn't solve it, so they put in a new furnace. It could be an issue with the ductwork.
Yeah. No, it's definitely ductwork related, but I still...
Why didn't it happen with the
old? Why didn't that happen?
Why didn't it happen with the old system?
Because the old system wasn't high efficiency.
But,
could you adjust the blower? That's what somebody said one time. You can adjust that blower speed.
Correct. You would have to check the speed of the blower.
You can adjust blower speed for that. Can you tell them to do that? Because that could be the issue. You should call the original contractor and ask him to turn down the blower speed a bit. I'm Tom Martino. We have more coming up.
In those houses was a thinner type of metal, so you can get a very slight rattle, which can resemble a whistle or a groan or a hum. I would just suggest that she turn that blower speed down. That'd be the way to handle that one. Undersized ductwork can cause that.
They say that the high interest rates are getting people into the market for houses because house prices are dropping.
Well, 30-year fixed has come down.
What is it at now?
Dropped almost a point. I don't know what it's at this second.
6.8, right? Yeah. I'm locked in at 2.75, and I'm never changing it. Unless I need the money, of course. Knock on wood.
God, I just don't remember any shootings as a kid ever, anywhere.
Oh, no, of course not. The whole thing started with Columbine.
Yeah.
We had, when I was in first grade, maybe even kindergarten, I don't remember any of this, but the ex-husband of our teacher came in and blasted her in the back room. But the only reason I know about it is from my parents.
Wow.
I have
Yikes.
zero.
For real?
Yeah, we didn't see it in front of us.
Right.
But, I mean, that's a whole different level of school shooting.
Jeez.
But.
Did he die, I assume?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what it's like? Did you ever, in chemistry, have a supersaturated solution? So if you, let's say you boil water and you dissolve something in it. So you can dissolve more of a substance in hot water than cold water.
Sure.
So what you do is you take this thing, you put a ton of stuff in it, and you let it cool slowly. And then what'll happen is, it'll look like just a plain solution, but if there's one crystal in it, then all of a sudden, the whole thing crystallizes. And that's like what happened with Columbine. That was the nidus of starting this whole thing.
Yeah.
There were no school shootings before that.
There was one big famous one, college, the guy in the bell tower.
Right.
Yeah, Texas.
That wasn't in schools. It was in college.
Yeah, yeah. To me, the worst, I mean, they're all horrible, but that Sandy Hook was unbelievable.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah,
that was
little babies, man.
brutal, man.
And then that wacko talk show host saying, it never happened.
Yeah.
Alex Jones.
Yeah.
God, he went fucking crazy, man.
Yeah.
He was eating too much of the buckets of food.
Big
So.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure why the parents are so involved. There are no kids that got shot.
I don't know that I'd just be hanging out around the school if there was an active shooter that's clearly unhinged.
Well, you just want to get your kid and drive home.
I think they found the gun, though.
Oh, they did?
Well, I saw one line said they didn't find the gun immediately. So, at least, no, he's still on the loose. When they said he didn't find the gun immediately.
I found it interesting that
they did find it.
They have a pat-down program at the school. Like, if you know that guns in your school are such a problem, why do you not have like metal detectors and police
This
officers?
is because this is one of the schools that lobbied hard with Hancock to have no security.
Oh.
Like they have all these rules.
Well, I
now,
guess you
like,
reap what you sow, right?
Sexual assault cannot be prosecuted.
No, that was a bill that was not passed that was supposed to be.
Yeah, they shot that down. Yeah.
And they shot that down.
Sita Baca introduced that bill.
Yep.
But they have almost no security at this school. I used to own the Jimmy John's next door to it. The school's out of control completely.
I'm sure.
It's a shame.
Ooh, I don't know who would do that. That's a crazy question. Who would go in and vent a microwave? I guess that all depends where that microwave is, huh?
Most of them are vented now in new homes.
Lots of closures near East High School today.
Wow!
For some odd reason, I'm not entirely sure why.
This is the kind of shit that happens when you take law and order and discipline and consequences out of schools.
Yeah, they're just talking about the school's discipline plan.
Yeah.
Parents are pissed. Well, should have woken up a long time ago about it.
I feel bad for this guy. His hands are completely tied.
Who is it?
So, the chief of police.
They won't let us put caps in there.
Nope.
Oh no, I know.
Let teachers be armed.
Oh yeah, that one guy, school board member, was celebrating. Don't you remember?
Oh God, here we
Tay
go.
Anderson.
Yeah.
We need to address access to guns.
Yeah, that's all it'll come down to.
That's his statement. Significant issue.
Not to say if that would have helped, but you know what? Just
who shouldn't?
Do you know? Here's what you do. When you have signs up, I went to a school. There's a sign up. This is a gun-free zone. No, it's not.
Dumbest thing I've ever heard.
Gun-free zone for people who obey the law.
Right. Exactly.
How stupid
it's
is
just
that?
A big spotlight on it.
It's basically saying, "Come here.
Yeah,
we have
exactly.
no guns."
It's a shooting gallery.
It's come here. We have no guns.
They never go to a shooting range and start killing people, or a gun store.
Shouldn't have guns. Shouldn't have
not
guns.
exactly wrong there, Brennan.
I mean, who shouldn't have a gun? If you want to do it, you can't identify people.
Okay, guys. Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter, 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. This hour brought to you by Frank Duran, therealestateman.com, who will do a market analysis of your home to tell you what it will sell for, and it's free of charge. Frank will devote time to it, too. It's not a drive-by. He'll do your house comps, the neighborhood, supply and demand, inflation, interest rates, and what it looks like in this current market, and tell you pretty accurately what he thinks he can do in this market. Free, no obligation to list. 303-920-1622. That's Frank Duran, therealestateman.com. All right, so there was a shooting at East High. You're probably hearing about it in the news. I just want to mention that during this show, I think it happened during the show, but here's the deal. They're on the lookout for the student or whoever it was that shot some administrators or teachers at East High School.
These guys were reading that it said that they were patting them down when they come in the building, and maybe that's who they shot. I don't know. Is that what you guys saw?
Anyway, here's the thing we were just talking about, and I'd love to hear from people on that. You know, I was going to a school one day and I saw a sign. Now I don't know if this is outside every school, but it says this is a gun-free zone.
Yeah, that's outside of, I think, every school.
Now, Mark, guys, listen. You're advertising this is a gun-free school. Now, who does that affect? Well, honest and forthright people who want to obey the law. This is a gun-free zone, no guns allowed. But isn't it a red flag saying, come get us, we have no defenses? I mean, really, isn't it saying that there are no guns here, you're free to come and rob and hurt us and kill us? Does anyone see that flaw in that? What if it says, we have heavily armed guards patrolling our hallways? What if it said that? Do you think that would make a difference? So you're walking up to the school and you're a crazy person with a gun. And you see this is a gun-free zone. Cool. It'll be at least a while before someone gets here. I'll be able to kill some people. Or you see a sign that says, we have heavily armed guards guarding our school. I don't know. Which one do you think would be a deterrent? Why do people believe saying this is a gun-free zone makes it safe? How about just putting up signs, this is a cancer-free zone? How about that? Let's just do that. No cancer allowed. I mean, come on, people. Cancer doesn't obey rules, neither do outlaws. I don't understand it. And the morons on the school board, at the prompting of Tay Anderson, I remember, they removed armed police officers from the schools and celebrated. I remember him posting on social media, celebrating. Yippee, we now have the police out of our schools. What? Celebrating that. Yeah, yippee, we have police out of our schools. What are you saying now, you moron? Honest to God. Are people that stupid? Call me if you think I'm wrong. Really, honest to God, call me. Because I have always listened to people who have opposing viewpoints, want to tell me something we're wrong about. Don't you think armed police in a school or armed guards in a school would be a deterrent to people coming into school with a gun?
Yeah, just like in prison or in the military. Of course it's a deterrent. It's silly to think it's not.
I'd like to know if any of these people believe that posting a sign, this is a gun-free zone. Could you imagine posting that outside your house? Post that outside your house. This is a gun-free house.
I've taken that a little different.
Yeah. This is a gun-free house.
I took that a little different. Here's what I mean. I've got a carry permit, and when I had a lot of cash all the time, when I had my good years, I'd carry. And when I had to drop the kids off, I always looked at it as, even if you have a carry permit, like going into a bank, you're not allowed to carry in that area. That's how I always looked at it.
That's exactly what it is.
Yeah, okay.
Well, and it also means we have no guns in the school.
Well, I never looked at it that way because back in the day, they did have police and guns in the school.
But they didn't have signs outside back in the day saying this is a gun-free zone. That became vogue recently. 303-713-8255. It says student was on a safety plan and was searched daily. The one who did the shooting.
Now, if you wait,
they had to direct his attention to the sign.
Wait, if you have to,
he didn't see the sign.
If you have to search someone daily on a safety plan, what the hell are they doing in school?
Look, they had to make the sign bigger. This is a gun-free zone.
They really?
Let me go to
you read that for real?
Bob. Yeah. Go ahead. No, not that they have to make the sign.
No, the safety plan.
Right there. Look. Oh, it just changed. Hey, Bob, what is your comment, Bob?
I want to see what you think of this. If you're in a store and you see a guy that can legally carry a gun openly, or you don't know anybody that has it concealed in there, which one would make you more nervous? The one that you can see or the one you can't?
I mean, both of them would make me nervous, okay? They both would. but when they say gun-free zone, I know what here's what they're thinking. If somebody carries a gun, either openly or concealed, legally, if they carry a gun, there's a risk that they're going to shoot people, and there's a risk that people might take their guns. I know what they're saying. That's why they want it to be a gun-free zone. They just figure if they keep all the guns away, that won't happen. Not considering the fact that it will invite people who have a gun to walk in because they know it will be a while before someone shows up with a gun. But I get why they did it. They did it because they think if there are no guns here, there can't be any shootings, right? But the good people, do you know how many people with a concealed carry committed mass murder? How many? None. Zero. Zero. Zero in the entire country. Or committed murder? Zero in the entire country.
Well, how about people that legally have guns? It's got to be very low too.
I don't know that. I don't know that stat, but concealed. So what? You know what? I would want as many law-abiding citizens with guns as I could find. I'd want them. In fact, if my school advertised all of our teachers are armed, I'd enroll my kid tomorrow. I mean, I would love that if teachers were armed, but they won't be.
But it triggers some students.
So here's the deal. We should have armed guards at school. It's become that time. Look. What? Put a sign outside of your house. This is a gun-free zone. Good. Why don't you do that?
You know, open carry is legal here, I think, with the exception of Denver.
Brian, what's going on with you? Go ahead, Brian.
Hey, Tom. Thanks for hearing my problem. And I don't know if this is just a common thing in all residentials or not, but I've noticed in my master bathroom, our hot water, it takes about 3 to 4 minutes, it seems, to warm up in the morning.
Yeah.
You go to my other bathroom that's over, the main bathroom in our house, which is about 15 feet away. You turn on the hot water, and it is almost instant.
Yeah, water's always going to take time from the water heater. Always.
Okay.
So the farthest rooms get in my kitchen it takes so long to warm up, but in my bathroom it's quicker. Now some of them are quicker for a reason. It's not just the distance. You can make a room quicker on purpose, and we'll let him talk to it's called a hot water loop. And you can do that, and they're not hard to retrofit either. Do you know Nate, do you know the plumbing side pretty well?
Yeah, I'm very familiar with plumbing. That's where I started.
So the loop, the hot water loop.
Yeah, hot water
I like those.
system.
Tell them how it works.
So basically what that is you tie a separate line to the furthest fixture, which it sounds like is your master bathroom. You would tie a line in there, run it back to your water heater, and have a recirculating pump that recirculates that water. Now they can either be constant, or you can have a timer set up, or you can even have a motion sensor set up.
That's right. Yeah. But there's something else. You don't have to run a new pipe anymore either.
Correct. There are under sink options as well.
Well, okay, I'm not even talking about that one. There's a weird one I read about. In fact, some plumbers here do it. Listen to this one, Nate, and see if you know what I'm talking about. There's a check valve, and it loops from the hot water. I don't know how it does it. It sends water back into the pipe with a check valve. I don't, you know what? Somebody's got to tell me, because I remember visualizing it. And it's a retrofit on existing pipe. I have no idea how it works, but somehow it was a series of check valves that allowed hot water to be there. I don't understand it. God, what plumbing company was telling me about that? It could have been Plumbline. Maybe we ask, hey, Kachina Kalori, if you could, can you ask Bob Logan over at Plumbline Services if they have those new creative hot water loops they can put in rooms without requiring repiping, something that uses check valves or something. And that's all I know. So if we sound vague, tell Bob it's because we are vague. And maybe he'll say, I never heard of it. But ask him, because it seems to me he might be the one that was talking about that at one time. Or it could have been Brothers years ago. But in any case, that's what it is, Brian. It's the distance from the heater and loop. Hey, well, let me ask you, Nate, since you are in the business, and I stole your thunder when I says you don't have to repipe. But if you do have to repipe, how do you do that? That must be difficult.
It can be very
to run
difficult.
A pipe, right?
It can be very difficult, yes. If you've got finished basement, or if you do have an exposed basement, it's a little less difficult, but it's still pretty difficult to run that pipe back.
There's one that does it. Oh, wait a minute. I think it's no. It wouldn't. I don't know. Gosh, dog it. If anyone knows about these newfangled, maybe I'll Google newfangled hot water loop. Anyway, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. We'll try to figure it out.
I think I know what you're talking about.
But I remember having it so clear in my head until I went to explain it to you.
Let's see here.
To be patted down every day, but they didn't tell any of the parents, not only about their names, but about the program at all.
So the parents didn't know they were getting
issues for the kids that they were concerned.
Well, that's
with bringing guns
retarded.
to school.
If my kid was getting patted down because they were afraid he's carrying or some
Right.
shit, I'd want to know.
Yeah, and all the other parents had no clue that there was even a program doing that.
Hold on.
Let alone the names.
Hey, you want to talk about the Art of Granite? They will give you prices on the phone. TheArtOfGranite.com. I love Mitch Fleury and his team. They do everything for the countertops. Every stone, every engineered stone, or every solid surface, and they do it at wholesale or cost to you. They tear out and haul away free, and they do the bathroom vanity free when you do the kitchen. What they charge for is fabrication and installation, and they can give you a price on the phone. They're proud of their deals. 303-386-5919. 303-386-5919. All right, let me tell you about Harris Family Law. Once again, Harris Family Law will do webinars live every week. You can find out more. I'm going to give you access, free access, and you can go and look at all the archived ones about anything to do with family law. Why? Because divorce is a trying time. You might have a particular circumstance and you want to know about it. They cover each and every topic in depth, and you can get free, unfettered access by simply going to harrisfamilylaw.com/webinars. That's harrisfamilylaw.com/webinars. Hey, if you want a beautiful bathroom, a beautiful shower, I'm talking about a wall system that looks exactly like stone with no maintenance, grab bars, towel racks, soap dishes, benches, whatever you want, custom made. You can get it in like 2 days from Renew Home Innovations, and 72 months to pay, no interest, plus half off labor. RenewHomeInnovations.com. 303-904-2000.
I think this kid didn't want.
Can you believe that shit though? Wouldn't you want to know if your kid's getting patted down each day?
They're
going to have 2 officers there from now on. Good.
But this guy probably didn't want to shoot kids. He wanted to shoot the administration of the school.
Oh, then they should have.
It sounds like.
Why? Why do you think that?
Well, because
they said the guys patting him down found the gun and he shot him.
I'm thinking he was looking at probably doing a mass shooting and got interrupted by the pat down and figured, hell, I'll take these 2 out.
Is it smart recirculation technology? I don't know. It's
the only one that I know of is the one that you can put under your sink, and there is a fitting that goes there, but it does require a pump and an outlet.
I think Paul told you about it.
Wait, under the sink, and then what happens to it?
So you have
Does
got
it send
what it does is it takes your hot water, and there's a check valve, and it pumps it back into the cold line so it doesn't come back up the cold side.
Okay.
But it does require a pump
Right.
and an outlet.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course it does.
Yeah.
But you don't have to have any.
You don't have to run the whole line.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah.
What is that called?
It's just an under sink recirculation system.
So there's a pump that takes the hot water up back through to the cold water.
Yes.
Then when you want to use cold water, what happens?
There's a check valve there, so you'll still get your cold water. It doesn't allow it to go back up through the cold side. But you have to have an outlet under the sink, which 99% of the people don't.
So when it goes, so it uses the cold water to recirculate it.
So what it does is there's a picture. This is your pump.
Okay.
Here's your sink. It pumps the hot water through to here and then back down the cold side and pushes it back through the water heater.
I don't think I've seen an HVAC company
back
get
through the
so
water,
many questions.
But your cold water line doesn't go.
I don't think I have.
It does if you're reversing the flow. So that's where it gets tricky. So it'll only go to that point, but it will circulate the hot water in that particular bathroom.
So
group.
your cold water line is used as the other end of the recirculator line.
Yep.
But that cold water line does go to the water heater.
Yeah, it's all eventually it all ties back to the water heater. Yeah.
And then, but that doesn't disturb. If you have water pressure, you can still send water back.
Yeah. So you're just circulating that water is all you're doing. You're using the pressure, but you're just giving it a little extra bump to get it to move.
Yeah, because that pressure is sitting there wanting to come.
That's
this
static
way,
pressure.
And
Yep.
you're sending stuff that way.
Yep. So you're just increasing that pressure slightly in the opposite direction.
Okay.
So you've got hot water there, which is really cool. It's a great system, but like I said.
Have you done those?
Oh yeah, we've done.
I'm sorry,
tons
I
of those.
confused you then. Okay,
Yeah, I was
we'll talk
confused
about
with the no
that. Then
pump.
we'll talk about it.
Yeah.
Minute.
Okay.
Yeah, those are great.
That's cool.
I know.
The outlet is the tricky part.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
Most people have a
I've got Bob on the
GFI.
line.
Yeah.
On 6, do you want to go straight?
Yeah,
to him?
yeah, I will. I'll go to him.
Well, go to that Austin too, man. I don't see Bob on
Yeah, this is it right here, Tom.
Okay, Bob, he wants to just ask you a couple questions about it.
I don't have them either. Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, those are really handy little setups, man.
Oh my God, that's so cool.
Yeah. Well, it's actual code now that you have to have a recirc installation installed.
What?
Yes.
Where?
Everywhere.
Why?
Because of that problem, people are taking too long.
Oh, wasting water.
It's building code now.
My. I don't.
What kind of moron's that? How does he not know?
How do you get his legs?
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. I confused Nate here, the guest today, when I said, do you know about those newfangled hot water loops? And he was about to tell me that, but it requires a pump, and yes, a pump and a check valve, but he explained it. Under the sink, there's a pump put in, and it takes hot water from the hot water line and keeps it coming, and then sends it back through the cold water line. And that cold water line, then you increase the pressure so you can push it back through the cold water line. And that keeps a loop there. So here's the deal. If you do that, you will have hot water. But doesn't that use more hot water then? Because it keeps your heater heating more, doesn't it? So that's why you can put it on a timer for the morning or afternoon or whatever.
You can put them on a timer, or you could even go so far as to have a motion sensor installed.
Now, what does a motion sensor do?
So the motion sensor, it'll sense motion when you walk into the bathroom.
Oh,
and
cool.
It'll start the pump.
Oh, that's weird.
That's really
weird.
Neat system, yeah.
All right, thank you. Thank you. And I think Plumline was about to tell us about that too, but I don't see him up there. So I'm going to go back. It's okay. Kevin's got a comment on that too. Go ahead, Kevin. What is your comment?
Yeah, I have that system that, the retrofit system that pumps the water into the cold water.
Is it working? Does it work well?
It's not great. It's better than nothing for sure. But
well, how do you have it hooked up? Do you have it on a timer?
Yeah, I have a timer, but you get a slug of warm water when you go to get the cold. That's one thing I don't like.
Yeah.
But it's better than, nobody really complains about not having cold water, I guess.
No, you're right.
The other thing I'll mention is that if you have a truly tankless water heater, then these systems don't work too well because there's no reservoir of hot water, and the trickle that it pumps, to keep the warm water up there is not enough to trigger the heater in a tankless water heater. So it's kind of a big pain if you have a tankless.
Oh, you don't have enough flow if you just have a small loop.
Yeah, I took my tankless and I put it in series with a little 10-gallon tank water heater. That gives me enough reservoir to make this system work.
Some of the constant flows come with a little tank now, don't they?
That's good. Yep, that's better if you get that.
Thank you, Kevin. I appreciate that. Let's go to Austin. This is really important that I take Austin. By the way, I want to remind you, Brendan is here from Made in the Shade Window Coverings. If you have any window covering questions, and they truly have all budgets in mind, and we do have some texts I want to get to for him, but when they're not here, look for them at Made in the Shade. And you can find them at referralist.com or Google the name. Their actual website it stands for Made in the Shade. It's mitsdenversouth.com, mitsdenversouth.com. Let's talk to Austin. This is important. Austin, we were coming down heavy on a company called Mountain Mist Pool and Spa because the moron owner, we said, Tyler in Longmont, canceled warranty work and a customer because he said he didn't like the customer asking about the part delay. And the customer called us, and we called the company and simply said, is this part ordered? When do you think you're going to get it? And he immediately called the customer back saying, now you're not going to get a warranty. We don't want to service you any longer. And we got kind of pissed at that. We thought it was a classless way to handle a warranty issue, especially when a guy was simply making an inquiry. And so we told people, hey, don't use Mountain Mist and Spa, Mountain Mist Pool and Spa. And I believe I would follow that up in Longmont.
I think you did too. And I can read the tea leaves on this. This is probably the owner or manager of the one in Fort Collins.
Is it?
Yes, sir. I'm the sales manager here in Fort Collins at Mountain Mist Spas. And I'll be honest, I don't, what those accusations don't surprise me one bit with the way they conduct business up there. that's why we wanted to, kind of reach out.
Oh, that's too bad that you shared the name. Is this like a franchise or what?
No, they broke up a while back.
No. It's been completely separate companies for years and years and years.
I'm going to make that very clear.
There is no affiliation whatsoever.
There was at the beginning, though, wasn't there? Way back.
Years and years ago.
Okay,
a long time ago.
That must be
over 10 years ago.
That's a pain in the ass.
Yeah. We just share a name, and it's that's why we wanted to reach out. We have.
But what? Okay, have you ever thought about one of you not using the name, or is the name that popular?
Well, it's. I guess I haven't really thought about that.
I got a more important question.
I want to ask something first. Do you get a lot of complaints about this place in Longmont?
Oh, a ton.
Yep.
So they said they couldn't. This guy was waiting for this part
on a marquee spa.
On a marquee spa since January. He called you guys thinking you were the same company at one point. You guys said it would be no problem getting that part under warranty. Can he go through you for the warranty, the caller, at this point? Or does he have to go through these clowns in Longmont or what?
Yeah. And that's a great question. Unfortunately, we can't do the warranty work because we don't carry the marquee line.
He
can go through a different marquee dealer. You can search and find a different dealer. I think there's some up towards Denver and stuff like that. They would probably love to get the business and reach out there and get him taken care of. But because we don't carry the marquee line, we're not able to do the warranty work. We work on all makes and models of hot tubs, but
not warranty.
Classify it under warranty, that's got to be a manufacturer thing.
Okay. All right. Man, I'm sorry for that, and I'm going to make a clarification. Where are you guys located?
Fort Collins.
So we're located in Fort Collins, right off of College, 2427 South College Avenue.
Okay.
We have another store that we're getting ready to open in Thornton, right next to Topgolf.
And we'll make sure when we blow these guys up for being jerks that we make sure people know the ones in Fort Collins are good.
Yeah,
Man.
Absolutely. Yep.
I'm sorry about that. That's weird that you have the same name and
Remember
no
the people
affiliation.
that took Excel Roofing's name? And we were getting complaints on Excel Roofing, but it was an entirely different company.
Right, entirely. In fact, they still use that name. I think they call it Excel Construction or whatever. But listen, thank you for clarifying, Austin. Sorry about that. So people, when we talk about mountain mist pool and spas in Longmont being morons, we're not referring to the people in Fort Collins, okay? Nor his news stories opening in Thornton. So don't use the one in Longmont. Go to Fort Collins or the new store in Thornton. Because this guy, Tyler Smith, is a moron.
He is not a good guy, in my opinion.
Nope. And then don't forget Iris Apartments, while I'm on my rant, letting poop run into a woman's apartment and refuse to fix it. It's a drain. It's not a tenant issue. This is a landlord issue. And she wanted to move to another apartment, and Iris Apartments says you got to pay us for that.
A month's rent.
A month's rent. So that's 303-421-2962 is Iris Apartments. And then All American Mobile Detailing, liars, cheaters, and ripoffs. They take money and don't show up. All American Mobile Detailing, 877-522-8160, 877-522-8160. Then Eddie Farnsworth, Choppers Fencing. These all have to go on to the Sleaze Brigade. Eddie Farnsworth, Choppers Fencing, took a deposit, did zero work, 720-909-2909, 720-909-2909. Did we ever check with Kiefer on that one, Kachina, on if he knows, if he can get this guy to answer us? Okay, so he can't get a hold of him either. Okay. Anyway, people, tie up his phone, leave a message, tell him what a scumbag he is. We have more coming up.
That Mountain Mist guy needs to trademark his company name and logo.
Well, they were one company.
Oh, but it was many years ago. But they should have never kept the same name.
You know, that reminds me of Ravina.
Change your name.
Yep.
Well, they shouldn't have split like that. Well, who knows?
There's not that much name equity where it matters. You're right. You should change your name.
Yeah.
Get something close, but different enough. That's way too close.
Drop the mist.
And they're in the same
Backwards or
geographical area, not far apart, Loveland to Fort Collins.
Yeah. That's a simple fix there, man.
All right, dude, I'm out.
Okay.
I'll see you. Oh, you're not in tomorrow, right?
No, I'm going to stay home.
I mean, you'll be at home, yeah. Who's the guest, you know?
George.
Okay, cool.
Right on, Mark. See you, dude. Take her easy, man.
See you, man. I'm telling you, I have never seen an HVAC company get so many calls during the show.
Really?
Never seen it.
That's awesome, man. We love it.
And I've never seen a window shade company not get any calls.
I don't know what you call about.
Estimates. They want you. They want the shades.
Yeah. But I don't know. Yeah.
Look, it's snowing.
What?
You know, when you want your carpets cleaned, I have one choice I use for my home, one choice only, because they don't use any harmful soaps. They don't use any soaps, no emulsifiers, no chemicals of any kind. They simply have empowered water, a super soft water that is so potent for cleaning, it's patented. That's Zero Res right now, 3 rooms clean for $99. Plus, they do all kinds of other services like tile and grout, upholstery. They even do duct cleaning. They're great cleaning people at Zero Res, ZeroResDenver.com. And what I urge you to do is call them and get them on board, especially with spring here. You talk about spring cleaning. Your carpets don't attract any dirt afterwards with the residue because there is no residue. They stay clean. They get clean faster, stay clean longer, and they dry quicker. Zero Res Denver, 303-471-5150. When you think cleaning, think ZeroResDenver.com, 471-5150. Retirement Planning Center of the Rockies. I have correspondence from them today. Every day I talk to them. They're helping me plan retirement, or retirement plan, that is. I have elements, you know, a 401k, and I have a pension, different things, right, that I set up over the years. But that's not a plan. You don't just want to start drawing down your savings, your money, your investments. They help you turn it into real income, secure income, guaranteed income. They also help you, of course, with long-term care and insurance and show you where you're redundant on some things and maybe short on others. They help you get ready for retirement so you feel good about it. rpcenter.com. And they're always available by text or phone for advice. So please, find out why I love them so much. Call them. Get a meeting. Free advice up front before you commit to anything. 970-663-3211. 970-663-3211. rpcenter.com. God, that Murdoch family, holy shit, are they?
Ooh, what a disaster.
God. Now they're thinking the son killed his lover.
Yeah.
Is that sad?
And it's still the housekeeper. No one's been charged in that.
Wait, she's missing?
Oh, she died. She was like accidental death in their home like 3 years ago. Yeah. They've
Are
never
you
solved
shitting?
that.
Are they just a bunch of killers?
Yeah.
Accidental death, how?
Housekeeper. Like fell down the stairs or something.
Oh, no,
yeah.
no.
These guys have been running amok for decades.
Yeah. Yeah. The killing of this kid.
Yeah, the son killed that guy, they think, right?
Yeah. Hit him on the road, walking on the road, ran him over. And then how much time do I have?
Okay. Shit.
And then one of the kids that killed somebody in a boating accident or something.
He was intoxicated and killed a couple of kids.
That's in a
boating accident.
That younger kid
that
did.
Was murdered. Yeah, the kid that was murdered.
God Almighty!
He was going to go to trial for killing some friends in a drunken boating accident.
Do they raise rates? I can't see because of those stupid closed captioning.
Yeah,
they do.
Hey, just building on your comment about gun-free zones.
Do you remember when the hurricane hit Texas and everybody basically wrote on their roofs, armed,
Yep.
and get the hell
Yep.
out of my space?
Yep.
And that it prevented the looting.
Looters will be shot.
Yep.
Here's the thing. Criminals by nature avoid law enforcement.
The path of least resistance.
Yeah, and that's
all
just
it is.
common sense, man. Like, put two police officers with rifles or pistols at the front door, and there's not going to be a criminal walking in there to shoot anybody because they know they're going to get shot.
Do you see that
Retired
security
vets.
guard that stopped that
Yeah.
guy from going into a nightclub?
Uh-uh.
There was a security guard.
Haven't
There was
seen
a
that.
nightclub in wherever it was, and this guy, this big guy with a devil mask,
Time to freak out.
has a gun, goes walking right through the front door. This guy tackled him, security guard, and took the gun away. He was going to kill a mass bunch of you
Yeah.
can tell. The way he was walking in there, he had his gun, and he's walking in, he has a devil mask.
Just psychotic.
The guy stopped him. It's all on tape.
When was
That won't be on the news, though.
Yesterday or the day before.
Against
Hi,
the
Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. 303-713-TALK. 303-713-8255. Okay, Kevin's. This is another comment on that water loop. Go ahead, Kevin. What's happening?
Hey, Tom, I bought one of those kits from Amazon, of course, but now you can get them at Lowe's. But it's a complete kit with a bypass device and a couple of braided hoses. And it's a Watts is the brand. It's a 1/12 horsepower circ pump with a timer, built-in clock.
And it works great?
Oh, yeah. My shower is up on the second floor, and I could wait 2 minutes for that cold water to get warm, and now it's about 10 seconds.
Now, does it work? I don't know. It doesn't work with a constant flow, though, right?
No, I set mine up on an Alexa device with a smart switch.
Oh,
tell
very
Alexa to turn it
cool.
on.
So you know when to turn it on, yeah.
Yeah, if I'm going to take a shower, I give it 10 or 15 minutes and just say, Alexa, turn on circ pump, and it's done.
That's pretty cool. How long does it take after you turn on that pump for it to get... Kevin, how long after the pump goes on does it take to have a water... You know, it's rather than running the water, you turn on the pump, but does it take as long as it does if you were running the water?
Oh, no, it takes... it's within 5 minutes you got hot water if you want to open up the spigot. It just circulates through the pipe.
Yeah,
Most
yeah.
people have no more than 60 linear feet of pipe in their...
I don't know what
copper
happens.
plumbing return.
In my one house, here's what happens. I'm in the kitchen. The kitchen sink is the only one that does this. To get hot water at that kitchen sink, and I swear to you, I am not exaggerating, at least 6 minutes. Yep, no, I know. Full on. And I have a big constant flow or instant water heater. It takes 6 minutes.
How far away from the water heater is the sink?
I don't think it's that. I mean, it's farther than most of the house, but it's not that far. I mean, I don't know how many feet. I don't know, but it doesn't seem. It seems wrong.
Yeah, I would suggest try to get a linear.
What do you think would be? What would be? Well, I don't know. What could cause that? I get hot water everywhere, and I got hot water there too, but I only get it after about. It has. I know because I've run that water and run it when I wanted to do something, and it's terrible.
And you have a tankless water heater?
Yeah, tankless water heater.
What's your flow rate coming out of your kitchen faucet?
Oh, I don't know. Hell,
Maybe
how would I know?
Maybe try changing out the aerator. You probably have a half gallon per minute aerator.
Which means what? It's restricting the water flow?
It could be, yeah. And it could be dumbing down your tankless from sitting hot.
Okay. That's a good point.
Change that to a 1 gallon.
And that would be in in the kitchen more so than in a bathroom. That's why, right?
Yep.
So aerators can make that much difference.
Absolutely. Especially with the tankless water heater.
They can slow down flow, which slows down heating.
Absolutely.
Very interesting.
Yep.
And so if it has two it's one of those big circle faucets where the thing can be disengaged and used as a sprayer, or it comes out the center. So the aerator you're talking about is in the center.
Correct.
Okay.
Yep.
And you can buy different flow rates for those?
You sure can.
Can you just take out the restrictor yourself?
You could.
Very interesting. Cheryl, what's going on in your life? Hello, Cheryl.
Hi, how are you doing?
Good, thank you for calling. What's going on?
Well, my goal is to get a better understanding of the power or not power that a semi-HOA that I'm involved with, I own a house in the neighborhood of this organization, and I just want to have a better
First of all, let me ask you, do you own the house?
I own the house outright, yes.
Do you rent it out?
I rent it out.
And are you getting harassed?
I'm not really harassed, but kind of annoyed.
Here's what I'd like to know. Tell me, I will tell you in general about HOA, but before I do that, I want to talk about your specific issue and if it's being proper or not. So tell me what's going on with your specific issue.
It is not really an HOA in the sense that I don't pay into any HOA. I bought the house and they surprised me with control or attempts at control.
Okay, when did you buy the house? When did you buy the house?
2009.
Okay, now, when did you find out? Because usually at closing they have to present you with documents if there's an HOA. But there is no HOA, but you say, and you pay into nothing, but you got presented with control. What does that mean?
Well, it's a rental, so you can only imagine.
Tell me what you mean by that.
To get people to take care of the lawn. So I get these notices.
But who notifies you? Cheryl, who notifies you to take care of the lawn?
Well, it comes under the heading of Lorson Ranch, which is the neighborhood, but I just discovered today it's actually a thing called Rodon Company. It's
well, you say there's no HOA, but you get a letter saying take care of your lawn.
Or we'll fine you.
Or we'll fine you, and you never agreed to any of that. So there has to be an HOA.
But I don't pay into anything. So obviously there is, but I don't pay into it.
And there's a management, hold on, there's a management company that is sending you this information, right?
Correct.
What's the name of the management company?
It would be, let me double check. The Rodon, I think is the name of it. I was just dealing with, pardon me.
When you say Rodon, how is that spelled? I mean,
yeah.
Okay, rather than do this on the air, let me just give you the powers, okay? If there's an HOA, I'm gonna give you the simple answer. They can do anything set out in the bylaws and the covenants.
Rocal.com. Rocal.
R-O-T?
R-O-W-C-A-L.
Okay, Rotel. Now, and Rotel.com is what you're saying? Okay, Rotel is the management company. Okay. And here's the thing. I don't know how you got into an HOA without agreeing to it at closing or anything. So you might be automatically part of it. Here's the bottom line.
Yes.
Whatever's in the bylaws or covenants, they can enforce. So you could contact Rotal without any kind of conflict and simply say to them, you know, I really want to be in compliance not only with my lawn but with other things. And I never got any documents at closing. Could you send me bylaws and covenants and restrictions so I can be in compliance? Now, whatever is in there, they can enforce. You asked a simple question, that's a simple answer. So if there's covenants talking about the lawn and fines, they can do it. They can't simply institute new ones or do anything they want.
Okay.
So you call that management company and you ask for the covenants and restrictions and the bylaws for the HOA or whoever they represent. Don't say it like a smartass. Say it like, hey, I got this letter about my lawn. You know what? I really want to be in compliance with everything. And it suddenly occurred to me I have never gotten documentation on the HOA. So please send me, if you could, bylaws and covenants. And if they won't, then you got to call us back.
Okay.
Because
that gives me an idea.
What's that?
Yeah. That gives me a little clearer.
But I will tell you this. In most cases, an HOA can enforce yards and paint jobs and parked cars and number of dogs and people living in the household, all of that stuff.
When we come back, can I give a shout out to Noah's Ark and to Made in the Shade?
Yes, for sure. What happened with the baby? What were you going to do?
Yeah. They're gone.
That was crazy.
That was weird.
Flat bizarre.
There's something wrong that she didn't.
Yeah.
Yep.
There's more to it.
There's a lot wrong. Like you said, you couldn't keep a mother 18 days from seeing their child.
Oh my God,
Not a
no.
chance in hell.
No way.
There's a lot going on there.
They found out 18 days later.
Yeah.
And the guy's name has to be on the birth certificate.
Yeah, they wouldn't release the body
No.
to somebody that wasn't.
No, of course not.
Related. And realistically, they probably tried to contact her.
I gotta do this. American Restoration is a company I want you to remember. American Restoration 24/7. I hope you never need them, but they're really there if you have a fire, a flood, a broken pipe, a catastrophe of some kind in your home. Maybe black mold, asbestos contamination, unattended death, a crime, meth lab, whatever. If you need a restoration company, get the right one. American Restoration has all the EPA certifications that you need to do the job right. That's American Restoration 24/7. 8337 AM REST. 8337 AM REST or amrest247.com. Now, the biggest mistake people make is letting their insurance company pick the company. Don't do that. You need to pick the company. Because once they pay, they're not paying again, and you're stuck with a mess. American Restoration 24/7, 8337 AM REST. Okay, you heard from John Fuller earlier in the show where he said if you call him for free legal advice about your personal injury, if you guys go over the case and he decides you don't need him, he'll tell you that. If it's a small enough case you can do it on your own, he'll give you instructions, he'll send you on your way. He only wants to be involved in cases he can personally work and personally do some good. That's his pledge to you. He won't take a case unless he personally works it. And he'll give you his cell phone number and be in constant contact with you. myaccidentlawyer.co is his number. And you can call and talk to him, not a call center like most firms. And then he'll work your case, not like just assigning it to an assistant. That's John Fuller, Fuller Law, 303-597-4500. Call for free consultations, free legal advice, and if he takes your case, you will have someone representing you directly. 303-597-4500. myaccidentlawyer.co. Okay, Boonstra Excavation. That's the place that you want to call if you need septic repairs or installation. Boonstra Boonstra Excavation is the septiccolorado.com, the expert, septiccolorado.com. Here's the thing. Any part of the septic system or a brand new system, 20% off all products and services. 970-278-6151. 970-278-6151.
How was your experience with restaurant franchise business?
I want to do it in the next hour, Doc.
It was really good.
How long were you in it?
About 15 years.
Only that one?
Just that concept, but I had I built 7 of them.
Oh my God!
7 Jimmy John's. Yeah.
I love Jimmy John's.
Yeah, I love them too. Like, and I really
I just can't believe how fast and good they are.
We blew up this state like big time. I was the second guy here.
Okay.
So it was really good. When Jimmy owned the company, I knew him from Chicago in high school.
Okay.
But
are they in every market?
They're all over. Yeah,
huge.
Not Hawaii or Puerto
Why
Rico.
did you want to do more than 7, or did you not?
Yeah, I did, and then a lot of factors happened.
Is there a small margin?
It was really good margin. years ago, the last 2-3 years when minimum wage in this state just went through the roof, costs went through the roof. Like it made the headache not worth it anymore. The margins are so much.
Were you able to sell?
Yeah, I was. Yeah, and did well. So really good guy. But that's the thing. There's no more 1, 2, 3 owners like that anymore. They're now venture capitalist guys buying 30, 40 stores. Or the guys I sold to are brothers from Arizona, but they now own 32 stores.
Here
in Arizona and a couple areas. And their whole deal is just to get them, run them, and then have an exit strategy to sell them all at one time. At some point. It got to be a headache. I mean, when COVID hit, we did well sales-wise because our concept was built for it. But finding kids to work that didn't want to be paid 10 times what they were actually worth. They all thought they were worth. I mean, the work ethic.
So what did you do on that one? That's hard.
It was hard. I was the delivery driver 7 days a week, and my manager was literally making sandwiches, running the register. This is the early days of COVID, and then we had some good kids that wanted. We had to pay them a lot though to get them to show up, and
that's where we're at, man.
It's just, I'm not whether you're for or against legalization of marijuana, but when that happens, is when the workforce went to shit.
Really?
Garbage. Because everyone moved from out of state for legalized pot, and you know that work ethic. If you're willing to move 3 states over
to get
legal weed, your work ethic probably isn't that great. So our pool became really bad. Of who we had to choose from.
I could see that.
Yeah.
I've considered franchising, maybe not restaurant because I know how hard it is right now, but just the overall experience.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. I want to talk about that one case that came up because it was really weird, and they did hang up, I believe. But Lee and his sister Venus called. Venus claims she had a baby in the hospital at Children's Hospital for 2 full years, and he finally passed away. He had some kind of problem at birth, and she said he passed away at the hospital. And yet they gave the remains or the body to her boyfriend who she dated while she was pregnant. He was not the biological father, nor did she see him those 2 years. She said she was broken up with him. But then some strange things came out. Children's Hospital changed the baby's name to his last name. And Children's Hospital released the body to Romero's funeral home to the husband, or excuse me, the boyfriend, the ex-boyfriend. He was in the hospital for 2 years, the baby. Okay, so here's the deal. This this alleged father, this boyfriend, would visit the baby over those 2 years. And because of that, the mom stayed away, she said, and only saw him once in a while. What really struck us as strange, she said she just found out her baby died 18 days ago. Now, what mother has a baby in intensive care at Children's and doesn't find out he's dead for 18 days? Now, I said, well, when had you seen him? She goes, well, 18 days ago. Or 2 weeks ago, she said, but roughly. And so here's the deal. What is up with that story? We don't know. We truly do not know, and we're trying to get a handle on it. So at this point, we don't know because they hung up, and we wanted to go back and talk to her. Now, Lee was always telling us she was in the shower, but we could hear her in the background talking to him.
So I actually did get a hold back of Lee, and Venus, who is the
Mother. Wait a minute. You actually called back to talk about this case, and Venus was on a business call. My gut feeling is she's a meth head. No? I mean, there's something going on. Anyway, this guy got the baby, and if he wasn't the father, man, he sure cared about this baby. He got the baby, had a service, and all of that. And he paid for it all. And had his mother there at the hospital visiting the baby with him. So there's something strange going on with that case. And we hope to learn more, but we just wanted to give you an update. We have more coming up. Give us a call, 303-713-8255.
Yeah, let me jump in the beginning and give those two views.
Yeah, that sounds.
Boyfriend may be the only responsible one.
Yeah. I think what's probably happening is they're trying to figure out a way that they can get some money out of Children's Hospital.
Yep.
Probably.
Yeah, they're just
Children's Hospital, they've been around. They don't make mistakes like that. Just be like, walk up to the counter and be like, I need my name on that birth certificate.
Yeah.
Okay.
Isn't there
That's not how
there's
it
a
works.
registrar there that is legally accountable for this stuff?
Yeah, and I mean, I signed the.
Yeah.
I mean, I had to sign the birth certificates, but I never, to be honest with you, I never looked at the names.
Right.
I think that wasn't my job. My job was to document that I delivered the baby.
Yeah, of course. There's somebody that birth certificate.
Yep, yeah.
They come in and ask the mom who's
Exactly.
on birth. They come in, they ask
Right.
the wife.
Yeah.
You know, I didn't say put me on there. She said he's the father.
Right.
His name. We're all in the same room.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, it's a very
can't go around
official.
claiming kids.
No. Why would you?
Yeah, most people don't want to
Why
claim
would you?
kids. Definitely not that aren't
If
yours.
they're not yours, why would you claim them? That's a whole thing. Yeah, and the guy, like, this mystery guy, who's going to spend 2 years of their life visiting and checking in on a child that's not theirs?
Exactly.
And then ultimately take responsibility for that child.
I mean, maybe
Funeral.
the mom and that brother are totally drug addicts.
They sounded
He's
whack.
the only one who cared about the kid.
Yeah, they sounded kind of whack.
He may be the good guy in this whole scenario.
Sorry, I can't talk about my dead child. I'm on a business call.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, something's.
I'm in the shower.
Yeah, I can hear her in the background.
Yeah. Tell him I'm in the shower. Okay.
I mean, she stayed away from the hospital because she was afraid of his violence. Like, you're his brother. Like,
Yeah.
wouldn't you bring your brother and a couple of his friends
Just bring some
and
guys
be
with
like,
you.
I'm going to see my kid?
I mean,
Besides, no one gets beat up in the hospital.
Right.
There's lots of security there.
Yeah. I mean, come on.
It's just weird.
I got attacked one time.
You did?
Well, you know, when I was doing my residency, it was in Brooklyn, New York.
Okay.
So it was a huge, big city hospital, right? And one time this woman came in who was bleeding profusely, and we're rushing to the OR, and this guy comes in literally with a knife, chasing us, saying, "What are you doing to my girlfriend? What are you doing to my girlfriend?" And 3 security guards tackled him. And we're pushing the cart down the aisle to get into the OR, and he's running after us with a knife in his hand.
I assume he's the one who caused the damage.
I don't know.
Probably.
No, she was bleeding from an obstetric, not a stab wound.
Oh, okay. Why do you? That's weird.
That's crazy, man. Suspect still on the loose. They don't know his name or his age because the police are hyper aware.
They know his name.
No, they do.
They said they do, but they're not releasing it. Like, they definitely know who this student is.
I mean, if they know who he is, why not release? He's a suspect in an attempted murder. I'd release his name and picture.
Yeah.
So we could kind of be on
Got to
the lookout.
protect his rights, privacy.
That's what they say.
Jesus.
Because he's the alleged, he's not the convicted.
It's always the That's crazy though. One guy's unstable. serious but stable condition.
That's good.
Yeah, and the other's in surgery and critical. Hopefully it save that guy.
Gunshot wounds are nasty, man. Not just the initial violence, but all the other stuff that comes with it. Infections.
It's a male state, yeah.
Look at CNN getting ready to spin this into a gun control thing already.
Oh, the governor of Colorado already has.
Yeah.
Governor what?
Of Colorado. First statement he said is another example of senseless gun violence.
Well, it is.
First thing out of his mouth.
But the first part of it is true. I mean, it is senseless gun violence.
It is.
It's very senseless. But the bottom line issue is that the people that do this shit are going to get guns no matter what.
Right.
Are going to get what? Yeah.
They're going to get their guns.
And then go to a gun-free zone.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. Student is on a safety plan. Was searched daily. Can you imagine if you found out that they even had a safety plan like that and they didn't tell anyone about it? They're going to get sued.
No, probably not. Cause
How about an expulsion plan?
Yeah.
Right.
How about a you can't go here plan?
Like, if you got multiple kids and you're on a plan like that,
Obviously,
I mean, that's prior knowledge of a safety risk.
exactly.
They're going to get their ass sued
Yeah,
for
that's
sure.
a great point.
That you're basically admitting you know there's a danger there.
This guy's dangerous. We better
Yeah.
search him every day. But by all means, definitely still come to school. That's yeah.
It's a mess. That's a big school too.
I think student enrollment wise, that's one of the largest schools in the state.
It's
Not
huge.
The largest
It's huge.
high school in the state.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's thousands of kids at that school.
You know, when I graduated high school, there were 1,500 kids in my graduating class.
Wow.
Really?
And we had it was only 3 years. We had about 5,000 kids in my high school for 10th, 11th, and 12th grade.
Holy.
Don't forget, that's in New York City.
Yeah.
Yeah,
There was like my freshman class, private school, had 32 kids. It was the biggest class in the history of the school.
That's crazy.
Then I transferred and graduated with like 550 kids. But
I bet your graduation ceremony was fun. 12-hour ceremony.
Yeah.
1,500 kids. That's gonna take a while.
that's a lot. In your one class, that's huge.
That's gonna take a while.
That is huge.
They had to have the ceremony at Giant Stadium.
It'd be cool to have the Red Rocks, I think.
Come on, people, start calling.
Hi, Tom Martino here. Welcome to the show. 303-713-TALK. Get your calls in. 303-713-8255. This hour brought to you by 888heating.com. You can get any furnace problem fixed, including parts and labor, for $288 in their Find, Fix, or Free campaign. Now listen to this, though. It's $288 Find, Fix, or Free, meaning if it's your whole furnace or a big heat exchanger or something like that they can't do for $288, the call's free, but you get the diagnostic. 303-770-2776. 770-2776. Now, let's talk.
Hey, Tom, regarding your referral list.
Yeah.
I had Noah's Ark come out on
Noah's Ark
Saturday.
Custom Finishes, right?
And they were a handyman.
Oh, okay. Right.
And he hung a TV, did a great job hanging an electrical fixture, hang pictures. The guy was great. He did
anything you wanted.
Anything you wanted. He did it neatly. He cleaned up after himself. Did just a great job. So I have to give kudos to them for doing such a great job and on time, and didn't waste any time. Didn't overbill me for anything.
Now
so
you used also.
And I also used Made in the Shade, who's here, and they came out on yesterday, and hung up all my blinds and did a super job. In and out. They cleaned up after themselves and just did a super job of getting everything put up properly.
Now, you had temporary shades, right?
Well, I had temporary shades. They came out and put up blinds. The shutters are going to come next week. So they did the blinds
Now,
and did a great job.
Who made recommendations on where where shades go and where blinds go, or where shutters or whatever? Who made all those recommendations?
Well, they had someone come out, one of their consultants, and he and I went over it and decided where we're going to put shades, where we're going to put shutters, and I had a sliding door to the patio, and they came up with an idea for that worked out great.
What do you do for a sliding door?
What we put in Ken's house is a smart drape by Norman. It's unbelievable. It's kind of like the old, you see the verticals, but now they're cloth, and you can also detach them and put them in the washing machine.
Wow.
They're beautiful fabrics, and then you can turn them, and they're also sheer through there. So you can stop light or have light come through, but even when they're open or closed, you can walk right through them to go outside.
Oh,
they're
very
remarkable.
Cool.
Yeah, they're really neat.
Okay, that's a great idea.
Yeah, I was very happy with that.
And this is Deputy Doc's new place, so it's really good to hear firsthand reports. Now, if you guys have a problem, question, or complaint, of course, give us a call. And it's always better to call us before complaints get out of hand than afterwards, right? 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. I want to talk about something, and I wonder if people will catch the irony, or let's say the duplicity, or let's say the hypocrisy. And I'm going to ask everyone here to comment on it if they can see the hypocrisy, and even Dragon, since he does a lot with Michael Brown. I'm going to leave names out of it because I really don't want to see people punished for this, because it wasn't as bad as it sounds. But the state of Colorado came down hard and heavy on a convenience store in a Hispanic neighborhood. And do you know why they came down hard and heavy on them? Because they were dispensing, let me say this, they were dispensing antibiotics and penicillin shots for people who were sick and couldn't afford doctors. Now, let's say you got a penicillin shot, right? An injection at this convenience store. What did the state do? Shut it down. Now, why is that? Cease and desist. Well, of course, you can't be giving out. Now, by the way, these were not illegal drugs. These were not fentanyl, oxycodone, none of that. This was stuff for infections and colds and flu and stuff, just trying to help people. Now, I'm not asking the government to give us antibiotics free and not have prescriptions and all that, but here's why. Because technically, it's illegal to do a penicillin shot to get better. That's illegal. Imagine trying to do an injection illegally to get better. No, you can't do that. But what you can do soon in Colorado is take an injection of an illegal drug to get high. Now, do you see any hypocrisy in that whatsoever? The state will soon let you cook up meth. In fact, they're going to give you the little spoon. They give you the injector. They give you the thing to tie your arm off. They give you the alcohol swabs free, where you can sit down and get high. But God forbid you want to take your family to a place to get penicillin. Now, I'm not saying either one of them should be done. But do you see the dichotomy there? Do you see that? That this place, cease and desist. How dare you inject penicillin? Oh, if you want to get high, however, yes, you can do that over there. We'll do that for you. In fact, we'll give you all the supplies for that. I just thought that was a little funny. And it's a true story, by the way. It's a true story.
Tom, two wrongs don't make a right. They're both wrong.
I just said that.
Yeah,
Didn't
I agree with you totally.
Didn't I
Except,
say that?
you know, giving out.
But I think actually the safe injection site for illegal drugs is more wrong.
Absolutely.
That's my opinion. More wrong than an antibiotic. I don't even know why. I mean, antibiotics, I guess, are prescribed because they can be overdone.
Well, first of all, you can get a bad anaphylactic reaction to penicillin.
Mm-hmm.
People can have bad reactions.
One guy did. That was one of the reasons they got in trouble.
Secondarily, you might be giving the wrong antibiotic depending on what the infection is. And thirdly...
You're right. There's not that many forms
Right.
of heroin. Go ahead.
No, and thirdly, you don't give antibiotics for a viral infection like a cold.
Yep. Well, in any case,
So
you're right.
it's wrong, but I agree with you. The giving out free drugs is crazy.
Well, no, they're not giving out the drugs for the safe injection sites, obviously. They're giving out just all the paraphernalia you need to get high. I can't even imagine that happening when I was younger. I grew up with a lot of junkies. Unfortunately, we had a high per capita junkie rate in our town, and I knew a lot of them. And, you know, I hung out with some of them. They were friends, but it was unfortunate. They're all dead now. They are really all dead, every one of them. Every one of those guys that was on heroin dead. And my other friends with marijuana and stuff, they're not. They're just dead beats, but they're not dead. And then we had friends on speed and all of that other stuff. Some of those survived. But it's amazing. Some of these small industrial towns in upstate New York, that the drug use was rampant back then. And I guess it still is probably. In any case, could you imagine if they would have? I can't even imagine what these guys would have done. They would have all OD'd. I mean, but now they even have the Narcan, right, available for those at the injection sites in case they. Anyway, let me go to the phones here. Hey, Chris, what's happening?
Hey, Tom.
Yes.
I work part-time at the McDonald's over there on Mineral and South Broadway.
Yeah.
And I work part-time on the Walmart on South Broadway in Hamden.
Yeah.
I have a bunion that is just crippling me. I have my day off. And it's still just causing.
Do you have health insurance, Chris?
No, I can't. I earn too much to qualify for Colorado Medicaid.
I can refer you to a convenience store. I'm just kidding. No.
Well,
hey, Chris.
I earn too much to.
You can't get on Medicaid?
For the Walmart health insurance and the McDonald's.
No, you work for Walmart?
Yes.
And you work part-time or full-time?
Just part-time. And
okay.
And I take the zero up to the McDonald's up there on South Broadway and Mineral. Just right by the river.
Are you sure, Chris? Are you sure you don't qualify for Medicaid?
I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure I.
What do you make? What do you make? What's your salary right now on a given year?
I would say right now. Oh gosh, like what if
gross?
If I were to grab my paychecks, I probably earn $500 a week at the Walmart and at the McDonald's. Probably about $700 a week.
Okay, so you work 2 jobs.
Right. Yeah.
And you want to get this bunion fixed.
Right.
And you don't
I fall into that donut hole.
Hey, okay. Hey, Kachina. I know for a fact we have some money in our charity account. I want to verify his story. He's working 2 jobs. And then I want to call a foot clinic and see how much it costs to get a bunion removed, approximately. So I just did podiatrists in Denver and came up with there's a Cherry Creek Foot Clinic, Podiatry Associates, Foot Clinic, Foot Comfort Clinic. Find out how much it is. Let's see if we can help this guy out. This guy's working his ass off and needs bunion surgery, for God's sakes. I mean, it can't be that much, can it? I don't know. Let's find out. We'll raise some money for you, Chris.
Okay, cool.
Hold on, Chris. We're going to verify your story. You don't mind that, do you, man?
No problem, Tom.
So, do you have a car? How do you get to 2 jobs?
I take the 0 RCD just like right up from the Inglewood station.
Do you have comfortable shoes, Chris?
Yeah, I tried the. I'm not gonna plug the. Well,
I don't care what you plug.
It's called the Olu Kai. It's like a Hawaiian company, and they provide like big, wide.
Are they good?
Really good. But
listen, man, listen, Chris. Seriously, if we verify your story, you're working 2 jobs. How old are you?
I'm 29.
All right. And you now let me just ask you straight up: do you do drugs?
No.
Okay. And you don't have any like alcoholic or anything?
No.
Do you drink?
No.
I don't care if you do, bro. I'm just asking. What I'm trying to do is get a picture of you here.
Yeah. Okay, Tom. This is my day off, and yes, I've had some.
Are you in constant pain?
Every single day, Tom.
All right. Hold on. I'm not trying to judge you. I'm just trying to get a picture of you here. Chris, hold on. Kachina Kalori, her name's Kelly. It's just a nickname. I want you to talk to her. She's going to take your contact info. We're going to verify your story. I want to help you out. Maybe we can get you some shoes after that. But I want to call a few clinics here and see who can give us a deal for you. And then maybe other people will chip in some money. I think we might. I got to check my charity account. 303-713-8255.
So he needs to go to a surgery center, not a hospital. That's the first thing.
Yeah, I know.
Is it hard to remove one of those?
What?
Is it hard to remove a bunion?
I said I'm a podiatrist. Cherry Creek Foot Clinic, I said.
There's one.
I didn't say
No. I'm just saying off the record. We don't want to go to. We want to go to an outpatient. Either do it in the office, which I think they need to be in a surgery center.
There's one here, Helena Clinic, that says they offer free or low-cost podiatry services.
I want
Really?
Hey, theartofgranite.com, The Art of Granite, the place that you go for great prices on your granite countertops. He does cost on all materials, whether it's man-made natural stone or it's a simulated stone of some kind or a solid surface. That's theartofgranite.com. And Mitch tears out and hauls away free. They also do the bathroom free when you have the kitchen done. Get your price on the phone right now from a great company I've represented for years. Theartofgranite.com, 303-386-5919, 303-386-5919. Frank Duran, the real estate man, offering free market analysis for your home to see what it will sell for. You know, I talk to people every day that need someone in real estate either to buy or sell, and you won't do better than Frank. Frank has a full-service real estate practice, and he is with RE/MAX Alliance. He has a buying team, a selling team, and he'll go out and talk to you and give you a free analysis at any time. Frank Duran, therealestateman.com, 303-920-1622. That's 303-920-1622. Dan McKenzie does estate law. That means if you need a will, if you need a trust done, if you want to avoid probate, or maybe you're facing probate because someone just died, or you don't know what to do, he can help you when it comes to estate law and elder law. The McKenzie Law Firm, and that's 833-CO-PLANS, 833-CO-PLANS, or coplans.co.
Damn it.
What's the name of that place?
It's called Helena Clinic, and the website.
Where's Helena?
Yeah, it's in Aurora. But the website website I found it through is called helppayingthebill.com.
Okay, and do you have a number for Helena Clinic?
Let's see, they are 303-360.
Wait a second. 360.
6276.
Okay.
Helppayingthebills.com says they offer free to low cost services. I feel bad for the guy on his feet all day with a bunion. That can't be fun at all. That's got to be awfully painful.
Yep.
Thank you for calling the Martino Show. Please hold.
Good afternoon. Thanks for calling the Troubleshooter show. How can I help you? This is Kelly. Yeah, and I did. Okay. All right. And it was Levi's Auto. What was the last time you called? No, no, no. Called the show. So he'll want.
Hi, Tom Martino here, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Let's talk to Janine. Janine, hi. What's going on, Janine?
Yeah, hi. Well, there's this commercial that comes on the TV, and it says you only have 2 years to sue a doctor or an attorney for malpractice.
Yeah, there's a statute of limitations for that, but it's from the time the incident happened or you discovered it.
Okay.
Or should have discovered it. In other words, there is some leeway there. What's the issue?
Well, what would the state of Colorado think about an attorney that goes all the way to trial without having his registration current?
Okay, now
and essentially blows the case.
Well, here's what I want to know, Janine. Is it Jeannie or Janine?
Janine.
Janine, this is what I want to tell you. When it comes to malpractice of any kind, it's a very difficult case to bring. And I'll tell you the elements and why it's difficult. With a lawyer, you said the lawyer did not have his registration up to date. That in and of itself is not as bad as blowing the case if it was negligent. So was he dismissed from the case, or did he blow the case because of the registration, or are you just piling on the complaints? And I mean that in a sincere question. It was the lack of registration the reason he was kicked off the case by the judge?
No, he was never kicked off the case.
Okay, so he went through and lost the case, and it had nothing to do with his registration.
Well, that I don't know.
Well, of course you do. You went through the case and you said you lost. Is that right?
Correct.
Okay. Did it have anything to do with his lack of registration? Did the
I
courts
don't know.
say
He skipped town after that.
after he lost.
Yeah,
Okay, so why did he skip town?
I have no idea.
Okay, so I'm not suggesting that not being registered is a good thing. It's not. But it may not have anything to do with your malpractice. It might be a separate claim, okay? Malpractice is just what it sounds like, malpractice. What did he do? What was he representing you for? That's important. What was he representing you for?
Divorce.
Okay. Now, you say he blew the case. How did he blow the case?
Well, he didn't understand much about the net worth of the couple.
So you're saying that he blew the case because he was incompetent or negligent. There is a big, big difference. See, divorce, by the way.
Could be both.
Okay.
Could be both.
Yeah, but it's not going to be. Well, here's what I want to know. It could be both, I guess. You're right. Janine, what damages did you suffer as a result of this?
Well, there was a misappraisal in the real estate.
Yeah. Who did the misappraisal?
An appraiser.
Well, your attorney's not responsible for that.
Oh, he would have been with the opposing attorney.
Okay, but did you guys do your own appraisal?
You guys? No,
Okay,
we were
I
separate
mean you.
parties.
Did you, as the other party,
No.
You accepted the appraisal
No, because the lawyer skipped town.
But you said he
I was
skipped
left
town
with no lawyer.
after the case.
I had no lawyer.
Oh, so Janine, he skipped town during the proceeding or after the proceeding?
After the proceeding, but let me think. Did the appraisal go on
Janine,
before?
here's what I need to know.
No, that would be incompetence because
Did he drop the case and take
correct.
off is what I'm asking you. Did he drop the
Yeah.
case and leave town?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So in other words, he never even finished the case.
Yeah.
Well, I'm asking you, did he leave the case incomplete and leave you hanging?
Yes.
There was no final divorce decree, and there was no rendering from the court. He left before it was over, and you had to do the rest yourself?
Pretty much.
Okay, that's the part I need to understand. Because if he left you and abandoned you as a client without helping you transition to another lawyer or without notifying you, that's definitely malpractice. But is that exactly what he did, or did he say, I'm no longer representing you, and left the case?
Oh, God.
Janine, here, why don't you figure all that out? Because these are questions you have to ask. You also have to get another attorney to say he committed malpractice in order for you to have any kind of a case. But you're unclear as to what happened. I need to know what happened exactly. So help me here. You are going through a divorce. Is the divorce now finalized, Janine?
Yes.
Okay. When was it finalized?
Quite a while ago.
Like when?
I don't want to say.
Give me an idea.
Let's just say that matters did not go correctly.
When was this divorce? It matters for the statute of limitations. When did it happen?
The statute of limitations is really not relevant because it all went down. I'm just wondering if I could get reparations or something.
Well, when did this happen, Janine?
Quite a while ago.
Can you give me an idea?
Let's just say it happened recently enough that people are still concerned about what documentation I have.
Okay, I'm sorry. You're too vague. I had to hang up. There's just not enough. I don't want to waste time.
Can I just say something, Tom?
I want to help people.
If he doesn't have a license, malpractice won't cover it. It would have to be a legal issue.
Actually, malpractice. I mean, a civil suit would cover it, but being unlicensed is not malpractice. Being unlicensed is being unlicensed. It doesn't have a bearing on the case. There are two separate issues. He can get arrested for not having a license or something. He can get in trouble. But to be malpractice, first of all, you're past the statute of limitations probably on everything, and you're too vague. You have no idea what your damages are. You're just pissed off, okay? The whole thing just, you're so confused right now, or drunk, either one. I can't help you. When you can answer questions, I can try to help you. I promise you. John, what's going on, man? You have a similar issue. Cheryl bought a house in 2009 and found out there was some kind of neighborhood control that she did not know about, and now she's being harassed. You have the same kind of issue?
Not really. I live in an HOA for 37 years, and we've had a small property manager in the Colorado Springs area.
Yeah.
And in the last 3 to 4 months, this Rocal company that sent her the letter is coming into Colorado Springs, and I understand the state of Colorado, and buying up all the small property managers, which they purchased.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Is it called Rocal or Rotal?
Rocal. And
ROWCAL?
Yeah, ROWCAL.
Got it.
And they're taking over all the small management companies like ours, buying them out. They've been in with us for about 2 months now, and they have yet to return a phone call or an email that I presented to them. So if she expects a phone call back, good luck with that.
So they're coming in and consolidating management companies and taking over the HOA managements.
Yeah, they're all over the country. They're in Chicago.
No, I understand.
I sent my first check into them last month to Georgia.
Here's what I want to tell you. But here's what I want to tell you. You guys, as an HOA, are ultimately in control, and if you don't like the job they're doing, you can fire them.
Exactly, and that's what I told our president. If we don't like what they're doing, we can get rid of them.
You don't have to take that. You see, there's this phenomenon that goes on in Colorado that I don't understand, and I call it a runaway management company. The management company comes into force, and then they get proxies or they get like rules in place where they start assessing people and finding people, and then they start raising their fees, and they become what's called a runaway management company, where no one is really looking at them. And the HOA starts thinking the HOA must be beholden to them, and that the management company is the one in charge, and that's not really the way it is. More coming up.
Let's just say
statute of limitations doesn't matter. Janine is a fucking nut.
No, all I meant to say, if he had malpractice and he lost his license, the malpractice wouldn't cover him.
Right.
No matter how bad, even if it was 100% malpractice.
Right.
Once you lose your license, you're not covered.
Yeah, that insurance doesn't cover it.
Right. That's, in big letters on your policy, if you are not licensed, you are not covered.
Yep. So if he's doing cases uncovered.
Yeah.
Now, if he had his license, let's say this happened in July of 2021, and he had his license, and then in August of 2021, he loses his license, they would have to cover him because he was covered at the time of the incident.
Wow.
She was out there, man.
And there are two types of policies: claims made and claims. What they call it.
Got it.
So, like when I retired, my malpractice covered. Even though I retired, gave up my license, stopped my malpractice. If something happened during my
Sheridan Auto Tech is the place to go if you have an auto repair or maintenance issue of any kind. SheridanAutotech.com even does electrical issues. They're worth the drive on Colfax, just west of Wadsworth. They have convenience and value, experience, honesty, longevity, everything you want in an auto repair facility. 303-455-7242. 455-7242. SheridanAutotech.com. If you're looking for an investment that is guaranteed in writing for a return, for income, and not to lose a dime, you want to check out a seminar coming up. Some people like seminars, some people don't. Well, no matter what, I want you to call here because you can get directly to them if you don't want to go to the seminar. But I do recommend the seminars coming up later this month. One's on the 28th, and it is at, or excuse me, the 23rd. I'm sorry, the 23rd. Oh, my God, that's tomorrow. Thursday. Tomorrow, the 23rd. Tomorrow. At 6:30. That's in the DTC area. Tomorrow, you can still register. The other one is this Saturday at 11 a.m. 303-779-6600 or register at becomethebanker.info. Becomethebanker.info.
Early dinner. Watch TV till my wife gets home. Nah. Right. Yeah. Yeah, 'cause I'll get done working around 4. My wife gets home around 6.
Do you actually get in here around 4? Is that just for pre-pro stuff?
Yeah.
You have to do?
Yeah, I between 4:30 and 5. That's when I get here. Yep. Yep.
Tom, I want to divorce her.
Oh boy.
We all want to divorce her.
Okay, love, I want to be, I want to make sure I put a new one for 2 at the top. Which one is it? 2.
Oh, here. Yeah.
894-516. And number 2, it looks like.
Number 2, is it 2?
Yeah. Yes, ma'am.
Those huge pants are falling off. Wow. The Puerto Rican Punisher.
They got him. I'm surprised CNN showing that, man. That doesn't fit their narrative at all.
Yeah. That's interesting. I have not seen that story.
I gotta say one thing for Bill Maher. He really goes after the woke progressives.
He does now.
Yeah.
He used to be one of them.
Well, no.
He's still liberal.
He was a liberal. He wasn't a
He
progressive.
still is. He was considered far left when the far left was still somewhat normal.
Right.
Yeah.
But he was a liberal, not a progressive.
Now he's mainstream.
Yeah.
Like he's sane compared to what far left some of those.
A lot of the stuff he has to say makes sense, man.
Yeah.
It does.
Of course. I think if we could all kind of be here in the middle, things would be a hell of a lot better.
I think most of the country is in the middle.
Yeah.
You just
It's
not doesn't make good copy.
Right. It doesn't fit the narrative.
Yeah. So it's all the extremes.
Like this whole DA thing here.
Nuts.
It's insane.
It's gonna backfire though, I think.
You would hope it would open some eyes, but I'm not confident that it will.
Open-minded people,
like Tom was
might,
saying,
but
people hate Trump so much that they
those
don't
people,
care.
it doesn't matter.
Yeah, they don't
The
care.
end result is all they care about.
Yeah.
Until the script gets flipped on them.
It's what they call, Trump derangement syndrome.
Yeah, TDS. Is it raining still?
I don't think so, no.
He said
It was weird. It
like
snowed for about
snowing.
10 minutes, then it was sunlight, now it's back to gloomy again.
Yikes. I'm ready for consistent warmth.
Me too. Gotta get my golf clubs out of storage.
Right.
These days.
It's been a long winter.
I just came from a golf trip out in Texas, a place called Briggs Ranch.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
That's
Real
awesome.
nice.
Hi, Tom Martino here. Made in the Shade is with us. Window coverings. We also have a guest from the referral list, Prime Plumbing and Heating. If you have any questions. So, Nicole. Hello, Nicole. What's going on with you? You have a follow-up.
Hi,
Let me find your original case here, Nicole. Did you call in under your name before?
Yes, on March 7th.
Oh, thank you for telling me that. I'll find it then. Okay, so what's happening?
So I originally called because my daughter's boyfriend, Billy.
He bought a 2017 Ford Focus, 56,000 miles in February from Levi's for, and then here's what I don't understand. It was $16K. A week later, the engine blew. Levi's took the car back. They said they will replace the engine at wholesale. What's going on?
So, Billy decided that he didn't want to pay out of pocket, number one. And so basically the car sat there at Levi's Mechanics for about 2 weeks, and then we ended up having it towed back to our house. Levi and Billy spoke yesterday, and Levi is not wanting to take any responsibility at all.
I'm not sure Levi needs to take responsibility. See, this is a toss-up. I'm not saying if Billy bought it as is, with it's not that old and it's not that many miles, you'd have to prove that Levi did something wrong. And here's what would be wrong. If he tried to cover up the problem just long enough to sell it, or if he lied about it, something like that. Or it's Tom, go ahead.
I believe that he did sell the car knowing that something was wrong, but that's very hard to prove.
Knowing something's wrong is not what I'm talking about. You can know anything's wrong. You can know the whole engine's bad. You can still sell it as is. What you can't do is cover it up. For example, if it's making noise, put some extra thick oil in it, or sawdust, or something to make things muffled. Or you can't lie about it, saying this is in perfect shape. So it's going to be tough, Nicole. I'm going to tell you right now, with as is, it's very, very tough to prove. How long did he own it, by the way?
So he bought it on February 2nd. It was, I believe, 10 days later that the engine blew.
Yeah, that's weird. Now that tells me something was wrong with the engine.
Exactly. Well, Tom, then we also have this other issue regarding the car does not have catalytic converters on it.
Well, wait a minute. It shouldn't have been sold. Hold on.
Exactly.
Wait a minute. It did not have them at the time of sale?
Exactly.
Was he given a 3-day coupon to get an emissions test?
No. And Levi is not willing to provide...
Well, hold on, that's illegal. Hold on, Nicole, is Levi is auto sales? That's illegal. You go to the dealer licensing board, here, this is what you do. Go to the dealer licensing board. This is a revocable offense. They'll take his license. If he sold a car, even as is, you can't sell a car without cats and without providing a 3-day voucher so he can go out and get his own emissions test. Here's what I suspect happened, Nicole, and I hope it didn't. Somewhere on that paperwork, it says it's a tow-away.
We don't see that anywhere on there.
Then he broke the law, and you can get your money back.
Okay. Can you help me do that?
Yeah. First, you have to call. We can't do this for you. You have to establish an official complaint with the dealer licensing board and also with the Colorado Air program. He broke both laws. With the dealer licensing board, you have to file a complaint that they sold a car and with no catalytic converters on it, and they did not give you a coupon for a 3-day coupon. Now, Nicole, I can't believe that this guy would be so stupid to do this.
Telling me he knew the law. I wouldn't need one.
Right. Billy had told him, basically called him out on that very thing, and Levi said, I know the law, basically stating that he didn't have to give a voucher, and because the car was 2017, it does not need to have emissions done.
Okay, listen. Even if that was true, he still can't sell it without the emissions equipment.
Right.
So he's wrong. But you don't complain to Levi about that if he won't take responsibility. I'm telling you that he's wrong as far as that equipment was missing. The only problem we might have is if he claims, well, it wasn't missing when it was on a car when he took it. I mean, I can't believe it doesn't have any cats. Well, there's only one cat on that car anyway, right? So
right.
So there's no cat on it.
Right.
But so listen, Billy's going to have to start the complaint, and then we'll get involved. But he has to start an official complaint with both. I would call both the emissions program and the dealer licensing board. We can't put in a complaint for someone else.
Okay.
And he has to give them the facts, and then call us back. I got your record. You saw how quickly I brought it up, so let's do it. And then
okay, I appreciate that.
We have to take it one step at a time. Then, because he paid 16, we can't go to small claims court. That's the problem. We could go.
Okay.
But I'm thinking Did they acknowledge it doesn't have cats? Did you tell him that? What did he say about that?
No. So when I got the car to test drive it, and it was like super loud.
Hold on, Billy. I'll come right back. Just hold on.
More water.
Should married couples go into business together? This week on Red Pill America, we dive into that question. After 20 years of being married and working together, who's saying who else personal protection? Listen to Red Pill America anywhere you get podcasts. That's Red Pill America.
If you're doing anything in real estate, I suggest you get an attorney to look over paperwork. And O'Brien Legal Services is the one you want because Brad O'Brien and his team specialize in real estate. Even looking over documents for a closing is a good idea. Deputy Doc used him when he was buying a place recently. If you have a border dispute, use him. Whatever it is, olslaw.com. It is very important you have representation in real estate. It doesn't cost that much compared to the hundreds of thousands you're spending. 720-370-7388. 720-370-7388. olslaw.com. Euro Plumbing Colorado, I've said it before, I'll say it again, the best water heater deal in the business right now, $12.99, get you a 40-gallon tank fully installed with new flex line for the gas, new water supply lines, and get this, if you want a 50-gallon, it's $13.99. In fact, he says he'll beat most prices on any water heater, even if you want a constant flow, what they call instant water heaters. Contact EuroPlumbingColorado.net, EuroPlumbingColorado.net, 303-668-6844. Boonstra Excavation is a plumbing contractor as well for septic systems. So, if you need anything done from the drain to the inlet to the tank itself, the leach field, the alarm, the floats, anything to do with septics, don't call a regular plumber. You call Boonstra. And it's easy to remember because it's septiccolorado.com. That's septiccolorado.com, 970-278-6151. What happened to this little kid?
He was just on there doing his Rubik's Cube with his buddies, whatever, and there was one of those online challenges. It was a choking challenge, and he did it. And
Did he
died.
die?
Mm-hmm.
He died?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh, my God.
It's so scary. Yeah.
But you can have that shit online, but you can't have Trump.
Yep.
Oh, it's nuts.
I thought Trump was back online.
He's back on YouTube, back on Twitter, but I don't know if he's choosing to be.
Yeah.
But you're right.
Oh, it's crazy.
But look at all the COVID shit they kept off of Twitter and Facebook.
Yeah.
Such bullshit.
Drunk Chris does not work at either place.
He's fucking lying to us. God damn him. How did you find out?
I called the two places. And then I called him to verify I had the right phone numbers when he hung up on me.
Oh, man. That broke my heart. I thought that poor guy's in pain. He doesn't deserve to be in pain anyway, but I wanted to help him because he's helping himself.
I think he was really wasted, and he was just calling in just to...
Fuck with us?
Yeah.
Wow.
That's why we trust but verify.
Yeah, that's right.
I remember that. This is probably like 6-8 months ago. That one chick called in and needed help getting a car or an apartment, and it come to light that she was
meth addict.
Yeah, she was a meth addict. I remember her.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
With plenty of meth charges.
Yeah.
Oh,
jeez. She wasn't doing too great. How the hell is Euro Plumbing selling water heaters for $1,200 bucks?
I don't know.
They're not making any money.
God almighty, he's doing a shitload.
I bet he's got to be doing thousands of those to make
40
any money.
gallons. He's doing them. 40
Just
gallons.
like a loss leader for him.
And they're Ream and A.O. Smith. They're not like junk.
That's crazy.
And he does $13.99 for a 50 gallon. And even he does constant flows for like, I want to say maybe $3,000 or something outrageously low, 3 or 4.
He must not have any overhead now.
Okay.
There's no way you could do those and make money.
There's a stage at which people can kick your ass in price when they're this small, but they can't sustain a loss.
Right.
If they do a job that blows up a house, they're done usually.
Right.
Then there's a stage where they are moderately priced and pretty dependable. But then there's a chance when you get bigger, your overhead increases because when you have 60 vans out, you aggregate your downtime to all 60 vans. So
Right.
if one guy does an hour, that hour has to make up for the vans not working.
Right.
And if you're 80% capacity, or even if you're 100% capacity, you're not 100% capacity ever, all day, every day.
No.
You know what I mean? But it's so hard for you guys. It really is a tough business, man.
There's a sweet spot.
That's right.
And that's about 8 to 15 trucks. That's about where it is. When you get beyond the 20, 50, 80, 90, 100 trucks, man, it can get spooky.
Where are you at now?
We're at 8.
That's good.
Yeah. I don't think I ever want to get to that 100 truck.
No, but even at this size, you can be purchased right now.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, we've had several people come in and say, "Hey, we want to buy you out," and I'm like, "Nah, not now."
90, give or take.
Not now. Maybe never.
Hi, Tom Martino here. I want to go back to Nicole real quick here, or to talk to Billy. Hey, Billy, what did he say about the cats when you told him they weren't there, or did he tell you that?
I told him it wasn't there, and he just kept telling me that when I spoke with the president last night, he was like, he said something about he didn't need cats. And,
well, he's a moron.
And then after that,
He's a moron to say that.
Yeah, and then he hung up in my face.
Okay, so he knows you got him. He really does. Billy, he knows that you have him dead to right. What you need to do is file with the Dealer License Board and the Colorado Air Program because they did you wrong. And that's really, I wonder if he even has a dealer license. Call us back after you make those calls. All right, listen, we're running out of time, so I want to just make sure. Made in the Shade, anything new and great when it comes to window coverings. I almost said new and groovy, but I would have shown my age for damn sure. Anything, Brendan, that is on the fore?
Well, there's a lot of promotions. We have them quarterly, so like free cordless lift, not that's usually added to the price of the product and stuff. We got a lot of those going on right now, and outdoor roller shades season.
Outdoor roller shades, very good. Here's Made in the Shade, 720-458-6566, 720-458-6566. Hey, PrimePlumbingHeating.com. Thanks for being here, Nate. Appreciate your time.
Thanks for having us.
We'll be back here tomorrow. Remember, I say this, and I really mean it. If you go to referralist.com, you'll find great people, and you'll get help, information, and referrals. Save all your problems for me.
Oh, that was fun. Thanks for having us, guys.
Yeah, thank you.
It's always cool coming in here.
It's fun, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Definite change of pace from my day.
Yep.
Live stream.
There's a bunch of troublemakers in here.
Hey, man.
What's up, fellas? How y'all doing?
Good.
Watching the crazy news on the TVs here.
Yeah. It's nuts.
I'll see if
Nationally and locally.
No.
So listen to this.
It's
They
okay.
shut down. If they get in before, we can get you.
Yeah, just
Tuesday's
call-
your best day, right?
Any day is fine, just after Tuesday I stay home.
Okay.
Because I have my,
convenience store.
they watch my poker game, so they told
Yeah.
me.
Did they bother you?
Not at all.
One of
We just played right through.
Yeah, exactly.